The NBA trade deadline is officially behind us. You know, a couple weeks ago, we sat down. We ranked every team at the midseason point, talk about who's up, who's down at this current given moment halfway through the year. Let's go the other way. I don't care about who's the best team, who's the worst team. Today, we're going to talk about vibes.
Oh, but I'm putting these stats down. Let's go. let's get to work.
Yeah.
His ass is not looking at stats. He's looking at new suit drops. You're lying.
We're going to rank the top 10 best teams with the best vibes in the NBA right now and the top 10 worst vibes in the NBA right now. We're going to go through. We're going to do both. After that, we're going to sit down. We're going to do all the news of the week like always. Shout out B-Souls. Second episode with him here, officially on the team full time.
Yes, I am back, y'all. I am here to stay.
Yeah. Everybody was happy to see him join the team. Everyone's excited. Here we go. First Monday episode with B-Souls. We're going to do some TikTok time at the end. Lots to talk about today. Probably going to be a bit longer than a normal Monday episode. Should be a good one.
Donovan, truthfully, what were you looking at?
I was trying to see if I could find the Nike mules that just dropped. they sold out last week. I've been looking for them.
Oh my God. Cue the intro music. Let's talk about some vibes. We're throwing it back.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He was bragging. I need
The cranium is crazy. Oh my God. Crown eaters rejoice.
Our first question for today is, do you want to start with negativity or positivity?
Obviously. Always negativity.
Okay, naturally. I knew the answer to that question, but I had to make sure you were the one to say it out loud. Make sure it was clear that you are setting the tone around here for negativity. Let's rank the worst vibes in the NBA.
Perfect.
And I think before we get into this, we got to qualify. What are we meaning by this? What quantifies a team having bad vibes?
Locker room got to be stinky. Fans, more importantly, got to be upset, uptight, mad about how things have been going and feel like recently. I think that qualifies as bad vibes.
Yeah, just things don't feel good right now. And I think there could be some good teams on here that have bad vibes.
Absolutely.
It'll probably be mostly bad teams because, you know, typically winning cures all. But just to say, winning does not preclude you from having terrible vibes. We've seen plenty of teams in the past that have horrendous vibes while winning, but we're probably going to skew towards the stinkers. Who pops in your mind first as the worst vibes in the league as of Monday, February 9th?
We're ranking these right now, or just putting 10 teams down.
Loose ranking, you know, whatever.
I think if you're a good team and you have bad vibes, it feels like worse vibes in general because you're supposed to have good vibes. And right now, one of the worst things to like happen to, and not necessarily kill a locker room, but at least kill your fan base, is for someone like your head coach to come out here and criticize your players and basically call them like a target, call them weak. And for number one for me right now has to be the Houston Rockets. Of course, like they've been down bodies. They already lost Fred VanVleet before the start of the season. They recently lost Steven Adams a couple weeks ago. He's going to have surgery on his ankle, I believe. And then you got your coach, Ime Udoka, going out here talking about how, yeah, like Alfred Sengun is a cone. Teams do like to hunt and target him. Terrible vibes right now. I'm not going to lie.
That is true. And I don't care. You said winning doesn't remove you from this conversation. That is precisely the thing. I don't care that you just beat the Thunder. There was no Shea in that game. There was no J-Dub. And that game was a struggle. And they had to come back and fight and claw to win that game. When I watch the Rockets, they are the number one team that I'm looking at. It's like they need the All-Star break to happen.
100%.
Like they need a break. Everybody needs to go away. People were getting at KD on Twitter. They're like, you don't elevate anybody. He was getting back and forth into people.
Yeah.
Like they for all the reasons that you said, their defense has been a mess. Their offense. This has honestly been like one of the big concern about the Rockets offense without a point guard is always like, all right, well, you know, fourth quarter crunch time, how are we going to get these buckets? And their answer has always been Sengun got us, KD got us. That is not working. And it takes so much from everybody else, so much scheming up from Ime Udoka, where if that doesn't happen at a 10 out of 10 level, they're in trouble.
I like your point when you introduce the Rockets, Mo, that being a good team with bad vibes makes it feel that much worse. So I think we index highly there because if you're a bad team, like you're not really expecting the vibes to be good. You can get over it because you know we're tanking is what it is.
So my check hits on Friday.
Yeah, exactly. When you're a contender and you're so all in a way that you have to be because you just brought in a 37-year-old superstar, the vibes hurt even more. They're magnified. And I think we can do a little bit of hating today on the Houston Rockets.
Absolutely.
I think we do a little bit of hating today on Operation Sengun. Let me get some agendas off.
He's been waiting on it.
Yeah,
He has been.
Yeah. As a lifelong criticizer of Alperen Sengun. Not exactly a hater, I wouldn't say, but I've been a realist about his points of development. I had to give it to him early in the season. He was hitting threes. And all I said last year was, if he's not going to be a rim protector, he's not going to be an efficient scorer overall from the rim like you'd want to be as a big man. He needs to hit threes or have at least a viable mid-range jumper for me to really let the playmaking carry as much value as it should. I gave it to him. We did our rankings in December. I put him top 20 because he was hitting threes, and he kind of did exactly what I wanted to do. The playmaking was beautiful. Has not been hitting jumpers for a long time now. He's looking a lot like last year's Alperen Sengun. And then he went out here and he called a female ref a bitch. Multiple times to her face. So now we don't got to give him any goodwill. Today
That
we can
was
say,
crazy.
That was
That was
insane. And he apologized. But
Three times.
3 times.
He said it 3 times on the way out.
Exactly. So no gotta give him no benefit of the doubt today. He has not been playing like an all-star for quite some time now. And he just made it as a replacement because he got the early stretch of the year where he was really good and the team is still good. But it's been a while since he's been consistent enough that you can view him as a top 20 player in the league. It's been like 2 months now where he's playing closer to like he was last year, which is not a bad player by any means. But he needs to be better.
He does. And for the Rockets, like, because I watched them and because the vibes are so bad, I'm giving them at least another week and a half. Like the week and 2 weeks post All-Star break is gonna inform a lot about how I feel about the Rockets moving forward, just because their energy is so low. The issues just feel like you are 100% at that point in the year. But he got locked up by the Charlotte Hornets the other day.
Hey man, the Charlotte Hornets, they're on like a 9-10 game win streak right now. They're different.
And that's fine. Worst game of the season by far, single digit point total. That's tough. That can't happen, especially when you are getting every opportunity that you need to go and get buckets.
You know what? I think we should do this. I just said we should do worst vibes first. I changed my mind. Let's bounce back and forth because you mentioned the Hornets. They're clearly the best vibes in the league right now, right? Like they're clearly going to be the number one on this list that they clearly get a spot with all the games they're winning in a row. Like, is there any close second for best vibes right now?
Nah, man. For the Hornets currently, this is the best of things I've ever been for you. You've never won on a 8, 9, 10 game win streak. Currently, has to be, at least in their modern history, bro. Like, you have someone who still is in the race for Rookie of the Year between Cooper Flag, and then you also have your number 2 overall pick just a couple years ago finally being healthy in Brandon Miller, looking like every ounce, every bit of like a lottery pick in a Victor Wembanyama draft, bro. And then of course, like, you got your role players, Zion James going in and hooping, Musa Diabate being an actual player, being a real impactful player, and then Cogburn and Suna off the bench being productive. Like, this is the best things I've ever been for your team in a long time.
It's kind of remarkable. Like, this is insane to see this type of midseason leap from a team. It feels like a few years ago when the Thunder started getting together in the second half of the year before they got really good. Now, do they have that type of ceiling? I don't know yet. Like, who's to say? Yeah. Obviously, that's the best outlier development of a young team we've ever seen. Youngest champions of all time. So hard to say that's the path they're on. But they're clearly on the path to being like a good playoff team next year, I think, assuming this is real. This is a fourth of a season now they've been this good. That's a good sample size to say this is real. It's not a coincidence. It coincides with them finally having their 3 stars, their 3 high picks healthy together at the same time, seeing the vision with these 3, 6, 7 ball handlers. And you mentioned Diabate finally giving them some good, big value in the middle as a great rebounder. His rim finishing is so much better than it was last year. Last year, Diabate was a fun, interesting player that missed a lot of fucking layups. This year, they're going in. Everything is going well for them right now. Like, it feels like a true midseason leap.
And forget about playoffs next year. Let's talk about playoffs this year.
Facts. They've joined the play-in race.
Yeah, right. They're gonna be in that race. They, based on how this second half of the year is going, they're gonna be in the playoffs. They're gonna be a 7 or 8 seed. Obviously, we don't ever expect a lot from those teams. A lot of times, those teams get blitzed, even in the Eastern Conference. Whenever like the 1 seed isn't like the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they can. Because they are so potent offensively, they can give people trouble, and they could be a very frisky, hard out team. Like, I think if they play the Pistons in the first round, it is going to be super interesting with everything that Detroit is able to do defensively, the energy that they play with on that side, on opposing the firepower and the shot making that Charlotte is so showing opposite, right now. Yeah. Like, if you tell me that we're going into game 3 of that series and now it's 1-1 because Charlotte went crazy and hit like 17 threes in a game. Okay. Like, yeah. I can see that right now. So yeah, this is somewhere that I never thought that the Hornets would be.
And good for them. Like, it's just cool. Like, whether or not whatever comes from it, it's cool to see, especially a team built around LaMelo Ball who had so much doubt around him on whether or not you can win with him. It seemed like 3 months ago he was closer to Trae Young and John Morant, where he was going to be the next guy shipped out, than it was he was going to be one of the best players on a team with this type of run.
Facts.
Donovan, are you saying these are the We Believe Hornets?
Low key.
Wow, man.
Listen,
I could see
Yeah.
it wouldn't be crazy. Yes. Let's start that agenda right now. I'll print the t-shirts myself.
We
not-
Believe Hornets.
That is what it feels like, isn't it? Like that's not crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
What-
man.
yeah. Okay. So yeah,
That would not surprise me.
they're the We Believe. They can get to, because they played like the 7. Like I wouldn't want, if like the Knicks end up at 2, it would be super frustrating to have to play the Hornets in the first round.
Oh yeah, especially a team like that that's like flawed and has ways to be gotten
Mhm.
with like the interior defense. Like
Like Conkanibble is just going to be doing the Steve Nash dribble around Cat
Yeah.
all day for 7 games.
Yeah.
It's going to be annoying.
yeah, I can totally see that. Going back over to worst vibes, I think there's a team we have to throw on here. We don't want to talk about them too much. We'll keep it moving. Back to best vibes. Pelicans.
Oh, easy.
Nothing new has happened as of late,
Just
but
on-
they honestly they should be 1 overall for the entire season, just because of how hilarious this shit is. We've talked about it at length. Worst team in the league, no picks, no young
picks.
prospect to speak of coming into this next draft. It's just funny to not have your pick and be this terrible. I haven't seen that in quite a long time. The other times we have seen that, we've been talking about those teams as being on the wrong end of some of the worst trades of all time.
Yeah.
So easy pick.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I agree. I think best vibes, my second nominee probably has to be the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Obviously, they could have been number 1, but they've been so consistent throughout the entirety of the year. Everyone's been talking about Jalen Duren being an all-star for the first time. Cade's a top 10 player in the league currently. Dennis Jenkins got his contract actually fully guaranteed and all that. Everything's working out for them. They don't have the same record as OKC, but they have the same amount of losses in the season. Now take from that what you will, but that is impressive nonetheless because they're consistent and they're like solidifying themselves as a tier 1, tier 2 team in the league.
Yeah, they're gonna win 40 before they lose 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, the age-old signifier of being a true contender. They're gonna smash that 38 and 13 right now. No one saw this coming. I think we all knew they'd be a good playoff team. No one saw them being the best team in the Eastern Conference by far. So again, this is more of a season-long vibes rather than current day right now like the Hornets, but they deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
Back to worst.
Is it okay if I make a singular player nomination, or are we just going to?
You can allow a single player to shape the team's perception if you like.
Let's see.
Well, there's the thing is, like, there's multiple teams in this. I'm bringing to the stand Cameron Thomas
Okay.
Oh.
and the Milwaukee Bucks
Yeah.
as signing Cam Thomas as we need your
Yes.
we need your assistance right now.
I think the Bucks can certainly be one on the top 3 worst vibes. Just with the whole Giannis thing and the whole I'm leaking things in the media, but also saying I don't want to trade.
The Cauchy thing too.
Yeah, the Cowsey thing, sure. Yeah, like everything about the way Giannis has handled this has been bad vibes. I think Bucks fans feel good about it now because it ended with him still being on the team. And he tweets, "I'm never fucking leaving" thing, which they're like believing that he had no parts of the leaking of the information about him potentially exploring trades. So it's a weird hodgepodge of ups and downs for Bucks fans.
Mhm.
So what they can perceive it how they will. For the 29 other fan bases and everybody else that is not from Milwaukee, everybody is sick of this bullshit. So they certainly get to be up there. You add in the Cam Thomas now. So when Giannis comes back, we're going to be watching that. It's terrible vibes all around.
If I was Giannis, I'm firing my PR team today.
Yeah.
Because whoever, like, going into the offseason, there does have to be a new set of people advising him on how he needs to present himself to the world. Because right now, this is one of the more annoying trade sagas of, in terms of like NBA superstar trade sagas, this one is very, very
It's up
annoying.
there for sure.
And the Cam Thomas stuff was super interesting just because we had talked all day on deadline day, especially with Kobe White getting traded, with Jaden Ivey getting traded, about these small guards that are, quote unquote bucket getters, how the league is looking at you and saying, like, you can't play for me.
Yeah.
And for the Nets to not even get any asset, any second round pick or nothing for Cam Thomas,
Mhm.
and to waive him, that was ridiculous. So you have Cam Thomas just being out here in the world, and the Bucks are in this position where anybody who has scored 30 points in a game, you can play for the Bucks right now because they need that much help. They need anything that they can show up and put on a sign and show Giannis, like, we're trying, like, we're doing our best. Like, that's the Bucks are really
And
in
we'll
hell
get
right
into the
now.
Cam Thomas thing more in the news section because we definitely got to talk about that and like where he's at in his career. But compounds to the Bucks hilarious vibes.
Yeah.
Mo, who else is a good vibe?
Good vibe. I think some team that has to be immediately put on here as well, similar to the Detroit Pistons, is the Spurs. No one thought they were going to be this fucking good so fucking fast. I knew that they're going to be good, or at least I tried to force that conversation, but that was solely off the strength of Victor Wembanyama and the story that I'm telling myself in my head of how special he is. He should be able to propel this team towards the middle of the Western Conference, and that's not even true. They're towards the top of the Western Conference. Now, of course, Victor Wembanyama has been like everything as advertised, the best defender in the league, one of the best offensive scorers in the league in general. But behind that, Stephon Castle just had like a 40-point game. He's been better.
40-point triple-double. What the hell?
Nut shit, hit hella threes and all that. De'Aaron Fox has been pretty much as everything is advertised, and Dylan Harper is just like a casual number 2 overall pick who everyone just seems to forget because of how stacked this rookie class is. The Spurs have some of the best vibes in the league. You got people like Keldon Johnson advertising himself to go ahead and be bald purposefully. You got 10 out of 10 vibes in that.
Yep.
They got the new chant too, the boom.
Oh, yeah. The big drum.
Boom. Do they do that every
culture.
win? I haven't seen it ever since the Thunder win.
I don't know.
I'm not sure
Probably.
if they do it every
They just do it against the Thunder.
Just rub
That's
it
something
in.
they would do.
I think they were saying he's been doing that all year, and people just started picking up after the Thunder thing.
Yeah.
That's like a European soccer thing that Wemby's
Yeah.
bringing over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume they do it every game. It would be funny though if it's just,
Just
the Thunder.
the Thunder.
He definitely is just 10 times louder for the Thunder.
Chet, Holmgren.
It is them.
Okay, back to worst vibes. Bezos, what do you think is bad vibes? I mean, yeah, it's you. We've picked the first 3. I think all 3 of us have picked one so far. What comes to your mind?
I'm gonna turn your question into a question myself. Speaking of good teams with bad vibes, I do want to ask Donovan, how are the vibes looking like in New York right now?
Very up and down. Where are you at right now?
Very up and down.
You know.
Here you go.
You know.
Here you go, bro.
You know how the vibes. I just gave your team belt. You understand that. I don't know why you set yourself up. I think
So would you certify the vibes is good now?
Off of one Celtics victory?
stable.
Stable.
Yeah, I think like because they were on a winning streak, and then the Pistons clapped them on Friday night. No Cat, no OG in that game, but they lost by 30. It was disgraceful. And then you come back, you beat the Celtics. They're in the top 3 of the East. Things feel a little bit more normal right now. OG didn't play yesterday either, so I think just waiting for everybody to come back healthy. If they were on one of these 2 lists, which I guess is going to cover 66% of the league,
Yeah.
I'd probably put them at the bottom of worst vibes.
Okay.
Because I do think that there is still a lot of stuff that has to be worked out. Like even it's been happening all year, but like yesterday, Cat still doesn't have a great game, and you don't have OG. Whenever anybody is down a player, you would expect other people get more opportunity. It's weird that I'm talking about the second most talented offensive player as he needs more opportunity. When the hell is he gonna get going?
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, then any type of ceiling that you can talk yourself into is not there. So I would, they'd probably be on worst vibes.
Then I will nominate the Sacramento Kings as the 4th team on worst vibes. They just have to be there. They didn't do anything at the deadline. Sabonis is still there. Trapped. Zach LaVine's still there. Gonna take his player option. DeMar DeRozan hasn't been bought out yet. Yeah.
Oh, he's not being bought out at all. He's taking out every dime he can home.
You have to pay me more to leave. Give me a bonus to buy out my contract. Yeah, there's no pivot at the deadline to be excited about. A lot of the worst teams in the league have worse vibes relative to like where they are now, like a month ago. Did something at the deadline that you can at least say, okay, we got a direction. The Bulls added 150 guards. Okay, maybe one of them will be good. Kings just sat there. Twiddled their motherfucking thumbs.
Stop that. We're doubling down. Put the Bulls on worst vibes.
Okay, the Bulls also get worse vibes.
Because I do disagree on that. Like, hey, we did something. If the something that you did is clearly stupid and also clearly directionless, I don't think they.
I don't know if it's that.
They got a million guards,
And guess
for
what?
no reason.
At least one of them has to hit in some form,
That's
some
not
capacity.
true.
One of them
They
has
can
to
all
do something.
suck.
Okay, so first of all,
I feel like that's impossible.
First of all, the Bulls still deserve to have worse vibes. I'm gonna let you have it because they're the Bulls. They have infinitely terrible vibes. But they do have somewhat of a direction. Like, they made the decisions too late. They should have traded Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu a long time ago. We all know this.
They got no first round picks. Oh my god,
hilarious.
And that's also why, because it's a continuation of the bad practices that they've had.
But at least they've kind of like they got more assets. You know, they did what they could. It was too late, so they couldn't get first round picks, which is again fucking crazy. But they did accumulate a bunch of second round picks, some interesting young swings. It's a direction. It's better than they've done in the past.
What is the direction? Could you describe it?
Find guys with identity crisis around the league. And they did that.
It's accumulate assets, which in this case was second round picks. That's the best they could do at this stage with all this, and buy low on hopeful reclamation projects you can flip later, or just make them dominant in the roughs. Anthony Simons, Jaden Ivey, really those two. I mean, Colin Sexton, cool, but those two
Rob
are really,
Dillingham too. He had
Rob Dillingham, yeah. Name mostly Rob
most important
Dillingham.
one.
Buy low reclamation projects that have high upside.
I see it. I'm just confused why they all got to be guards. Like if you mentioned that same thing, but like there was a even spread of positions, I'd see it. But like 8 guards, dog. What are we doing?
Josh Giddey power forward. No, Josh Giddey's legit going to be small forward. Modest Mazel's power forward. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
but you know,
we're in practice doing dribble moves back and forth with each other. It's too much.
Yeah, and they got rid of Vucevic.
Too many guards.
They got rid of Vucevic.
They got rid of the whole
Again, we're gonna view them through negative glasses because they deserve it, but this is a step in the right direction. We need like 10 more steps before we're in the positive. But they were good moves made.
Yeah, I agree.
Not amazing moves made. They're still on the bad vibes list, but they're not so rudderless as they were a year ago, year before that, 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 year before that.
How bad of a franchise do you got to be that just making a move is the right direction?
I know, just doing something.
At least they did something.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Good vibes. I don't know why we took so long to put them on here. Phoenix Suns. They're up next.
Easy.
Yeah. Phoenix Suns deserve to be on this list for the rest of the season. They are the feel-good story of the year. Dylan Brooks is the vibe master. And I think a few years ago, maybe people might have thought him as a negative vibes guy. Kicked off his team, said, by no means will you be back under my motherfucking franchise. And now he is saving the vibes of the Phoenix Suns single-handedly. He's not the only reason they're good. He is the only reason their vibes are good.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the number one things that Dylan Brooks offers to the table as a NBA player who hasn't necessarily been the most talented or anything like that. You ain't got to be, bro. Have hella dog, play hella defense, talk shit, and go ahead and carve out your niche in the NBA space, bro. He exactly did that.
Let's start talking about some teams that made moves at deadline because I'm curious where they fall on this list now. The Clippers vibe's good. Traded James Harden, brought in Darius Garland. That's a promising move in the right direction. Sold high as fuck on Zubac. Maybe we'll get a pick between 5 and 9 in this coming draft. They finally have a future. Now, they did sell off what was seemingly a solid current day as they did this crazy turnaround. Whiplash ensues. They rip that shit apart and say, now we're looking towards the future because James Harden said, get me out of here. Which I know he didn't ask for a trade, but yada yada. But
we already said we're going to say what's best for the story. So.
Sure. So now they've completely reoriented their goals now, future forward facing, which is cool because they had nothing there before. But the vibes current day watching them play are worse now because Kawhi has less help while still playing amazing. Where do they fall?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I have to put them towards best vibes because as of late, haven't been as good as they have been over the course of the last, month and a half of the NBA calendar. But Kawhi is still playing peak basketball. Kawhi specifically looks like not even like one of the 10 best players in the world. Honestly, like you could walk up to me and be like, yeah, he's a top 3 player in the world. I'm like, yeah, you got it, bro. Like last night, or I think it was yesterday, he played against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dog walked him, dropped 41, and he looks like a clear tier above Anthony Edwards, who is currently a top 4 or 5 player in the NBA today.
5 or 6.
That, and then on top of that, of course, going back to what you said, they sold high on James Harden, really high on someone like Zubac. You got yourself an opportunity to land a pick that could bear out to really save your future. It's all like a big ass risk. It's a gamble at the end of the day, but overall, like. Your team that had no gamble, your team that was broke just a couple of days ago. So your vibes have to be the best.
Yeah, I think it's a good pivot. And like you said before this pivot, they were on good vibes because of winning. Now they're on good vibes because of pivot and selling high on the winning. Awesome. It would have been better if they could have sold Kawhi Leonard, but obviously who's buying into that situation right now with everything looming? So here we are.
Can't be mad at it.
Yeah, it's always good. Also, when you can, when you do control somebody else's pick, and even though that you don't have control of your future, you know that team sucks also.
Yeah.
And now it's also in their best interest to be bad, to really, really just lock up those top odds. So that pick and that distinction of them being able to get 5 through 9 was so interesting. And it's crazy for the Pacers, honestly. The more I've thought about it, it's like, why would you put that up? Like I get that you want Zubac and that you want to solidify your team for next year. That's
they're gambling.
That's a It's a crazy, crazy risk.
I don't think so. It is crazy risk. They could look stupid, but I do understand that like they could sell themselves that Zubac is better to have than the 8th pick in the draft. So if it falls there, it's worth it for them. And like it is an all or nothing bet that like maybe we have the best setup ever and we have AJ DeBonsa and Zubac in the door with the core we had when we made the finals. Like it really is a swing. And I think the downside is you still add Zubac. So the floor isn't absolutely nothing. So I understand taking that risk. Especially, we talk a lot. They're a small market team that's not going to have a whole lot of opportunities at talent injections. So being able to have whatever the odds are, if they're top 4, I think they have like a 55% chance of keeping their pick in the odds if they're one of the 3 worst teams. A 55% chance you add Zubac and one of the 3 next superstars in this league to your core. That's a pretty good bet for a small market team, I think.
It's tough.
It is risky.
It's risky knowing that this year was the setup year. Knowing that it is the gap year and you can do the things that consistently bad teams do and get yourself one of these guys at the top of the draft. And if they end up at 5 and like you get Zubac, like I guess cool, but it's going to be very, very hard to sit with that if that pick goes to the Clippers.
Yeah, dude, Zubac was an all-star level, all NBA level player last year. Like, I think we're underrating Zubac a little bit because he started the season off slow and we kind of like a lot of people wrote off the Clippers weren't watching like that. Even in a worst case scenario, giving up the number 5 pick for Zubac, like that's not a horrible, horrible downside if Tyrese Halliburton can get the best out of Zubac like James Harden did.
The 5 pick?
I mean, that's the worst. Like you don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
but it's adequately outweighed by getting the number 1 pick and Zubac. Like if we get Darren Peterson and Zubac, holy shit!
You feel like the number 1, and that would be very nice. And for their sake, like I hope that happens. Do you think that? So you feel like the number 5 overall pick in the draft, and then another first round pick. That's like fair value.
No, it's bad. I would not want that to happen. Yeah. But I think it's not so bad that like I understand the risk because if you get top 4 and keep it, like that's insane. So I think it weighs out that it is a gamble. It is more risk than most teams are willing to take on. But I at least understand it from their perspective as an Indiana basketball team.
It's just
heavy on Indiana. Heavy on that.
It's a big swing for me.
I get it is a big swing, but I applaud that. Most teams don't do stuff like that, and I can at least give them some points for gumption.
Yeah,
I agree.
What do you do with the Cavaliers, who bring in James Harden, win their first game with him? I think have more hope now because they kind of felt desperate all season with Darius Garland not being there. Harden will be there, and is a good compliment.
Travis Scott alone raised the vibes.
Travis Scott did bring the vibes.
Let's go, JH. Who calls him JH? I don't know. But the vibes were good. Let's go, JH.
I'm glad you said that. I don't know what the fuck he said when I saw the clip.
He was yelling, dude. He just loves to spread his mouth as wide as possible every time. I don't know why. I'm being honest, bro. Like he just be yelling all the time for no reason.
Oh, that was crazy, man.
Being honest, bro. So making observations, but I honestly don't know if they belong on either side of this list just yet because I haven't seen Embiid be part of the conversation. But I don't know if the vibes have been worse. If anything, maybe I lean towards better. But I'm super neutral on them right now.
I'm gonna say they're up. I'm gonna say the Cavs vibes are good.
But are they top 10? Do they deserve to be in some of the 10 best, or are they medium right now because they were so bad and now they got some short-term relief?
I think they're medium, but also maybe. Like the foundation of it is cool. If the Darius Garland D Mitch stuff truly has been an issue for 2 years, and you've had multiple off seasons where they've had issues, making sure that isn't going to be something where it's bleeding into the postseason, and your entire hope is on a guy that everybody is low key like, man, this guy's not going to be here. Like he's going to be hurt. Here goes Garland's toe again. Like if the fact that that's not there. That might be, so that's a positive. And then even for James Harden, even with a lot of the playoff failures that he's had, people like James Harden.
Yeah, he's good. He's a decent vibe.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. Some people really dislike watching him play stage.
At the start, though.
True.
At the start,
honeymoon phase, James Harden is the greatest vibe of all time.
Yeah.
Put the Cavs on best vibes. Yes. The Cavs get honeymoon James Harden, and because they have so much talent around him, and he's going to activate these bigs so well. That so did so did Darius Garland last year, but obviously it hasn't been the case this year. They probably truly believe they can win the championship again with how wide open the East is. Give me 15 games to get acclimated with James Harden and get the best out of him, and really allow him to figure out the spots Donovan Mitchell wants to get in, figure out how to best set up Evan Mobley. He doesn't even got to figure out Jared Allen. That's a match made in heaven. If you tell me that 3-4 weeks from now they look up and say we can win the East pretty feasibly, That's not unbelievable, and that's way better than they were before. They clearly are best vibes.
Yeah, that's what they're telling themselves.
Okay, I
So-
feel it.
Celtics also get best vibes.
Easy. Yeah.
Jason Tatum's around the
100%.
corner.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and ride them, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
100.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't gotta talk too much.
Go ahead and ride 'em.
What do we
me
do?
too.
Skim pass by them.
What do we do about the Dallas Mavericks? Because they've lost 7 in a row, but Cooper Flag's been going crazy.
Oh,
Honestly-
well, they would like to lose. That's ideal. And
Yeah.
Cooper Flag taking a star leap is ideal. That sounds like a win-win. Put the Dallas Mavericks at number 8. That's
All right,
an amazing
perfect.
vibe.
Wow, we're
Okay.
shooting our whole load with good vibes, bro.
I'll shoot it every time for Cooper Flag. He has made a true superstar leap in the past 2 weeks. He had 4 straight 30-point games. I saw someone tweet, has Jason Tatum ever hit these heights before?
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
He has, by the way. He has. Don't worry. Not in this rookie year, though. But
Not damn sure not his rookie year.
he has.
Cooper Flag is looking like he's going to be a top 15 player next year.
Yeah.
Is he a top 25 player right now?
I was thinking that over the weekend because when we did our player rankings, afterwards we were talking about our honorable mentions, and all of us were like, yeah, like I really wanted to put Cooper Flag on here, but I just like he was, one of those first cuts. In December, he was the guy that we're looking at as one of 41, 42, anywhere around there.
For sure.
I have no idea what is what's actually reasonable or unreasonable right now, and then even going into next year about how high I'm gonna put Cooper Flag in these rankings.
I don't give a fuck. Right now, you could talk me to top 30 at this point, bro. I'm
Oh,
not even thinking
easily,
about top
easily.
40.
But the way he's been playing, easily top 30 to me. I'm aiming higher than that.
Yeah, seeing how like the creation along with the mix of touch has just fully coming together and just like again, I think I talked about one of the things that I love watching about him is his overall like spatial awareness and how he's able to just have a GPS imprinted into his mind as to where he's at on the court on both ends, which like really lends himself to make superstar plays on the defensive end when it comes to all the crazy blocks and all that, and offensively how he's just able to just like navigate his pivots and again like the touch, it's ridiculous. So I view him now. Last year I thought it was like like cool, clear number 1 pick, and now I'm like, oh shit, like this motherfucker generational.
Yes, like that was
Fuck.
clear at the draft. This guy is one of the best prospects of the last 20 years for a reason. I will be shocked. Like I said when we did a TikTok the other day, I'll be baffled if he's not a top 10 player. We had a discussion with him versus Cade Cunningham, and some people on TikTok comments didn't like that. They were like, I'm easily taking Cade. I'm like, bro, to say easily is crazy. Like Cade might be better. Like maybe he'd never hit that
chance.
level.
Yeah.
It's obviously a chance that Cooper Flag doesn't become top 10.
Yeah.
Which I think Cade is like the entry level of the top 10 players. I will be legitimately baffled if he doesn't become top 10. Like I
Yeah.
think there's a way bigger chance he is one of the best players in the world than he's a regular star.
Bad vibes. I have someone who should have been here a long time ago, probably. The Golden State Warriors. They're finally done with the Kuminga thing. Shipped them off to Atlanta. Atlanta should be here also, by the way, because you got to get an assortment of some of the most hated players across the entire league.
And
all at
Kuminga and
once.
Gabe Vincent in 24 hours.
Kuminga, Gabe Vincent, and Buddy Hield. Oh, man. It's never been more over.
Play alongside CJ McCollum.
Fuck yeah. CJ McCollum, too. God damn.
With the Atlanta Hawks. The Golden State Warriors and Atlanta Hawks obviously both deserve
Double
it.
homicide.
We didn't even really got to talk about it too much. I'm
Double
curious
homicide.
on, do the Atlanta Magic get to be worse vibes?
Oh, yes. 100%.
Yes, they were going to be my call. I ain't going to lie. They were going to be my call. The Orlando Magic. This was supposed to be their leap year, y'all. What the Detroit Pistons are, that was supposed to be the Orlando Magic. They are calling your franchise player PB No J.
Calling him peanut butter.
Yeah, it is bad out there in Orlando, y'all. It is bad.
Franz Wagner still not playing.
Yeah, came back too soon from
got hurt
that
again.
injury. Everyone wants to set your head coach on fire. Like it's just all bad right now, bro. It's all bad. Like they don't like Mosley at all. Like before the season started, I was like, yeah, he might lose his job because I don't know what type of offensive talent or mind he is. And yeah, it's worse than I thought, man.
It's kind of crazy he kept his job in that first early stretch of the season. It's crazy he still has it. Yeah. No, they did get it. Their offense was the reason they were kind of like solid winning games when Paolo was hurt.
Yeah.
Whenever it was Franz and Desmond Bain. So I think that staved off that. I don't think that was because of him. But it was nice. Like we asked for good offense and he gave it to us. So I get it to some extent. It's still crazy that some of the other coaches lost their job and he has not.
Yeah.
We're heading there pretty fast. 2 spots left on each side. I mean, did you just put the Wizards in worse vibes?
No, I feel like the Wizards are best vibes.
Okay, I guess.
They got
I don't know if I'm allowing best vibes.
Best is a tough word, but I would lean that their vibes are better than not.
Yeah. Like they have hope for the first time in a minute. We see things on paper that are like actually producing. Now they're not producing wins, obviously, but Alex Sarr is continuously developing. Will Riley, who no one really ever thinks about, has been developing as well. Trey Johnson's getting all the shots. He's a fucking sniper from hell.
Wizards fans are getting excited about Will Riley. The comps they're making.
I know.
Over there, 6'8" Manu Ginobili.
Ah.
They see him dribble a couple times. And
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, but the bigger thing about that conversation is like, yo, they got AD and Trae Young for basically nothing of it really important
I
to
don't
their
think
future.
that's great vibes though. Those moves, like they're
It's
like
the Wizards. It's similar to the Hornets. Hey man,
It is,
It's hope.
like,
We ain't seen it on paper.
I've seen the like
Y'all
Wizards.
are very optimistic about those moves. Is all I'm saying.
That's what
Well,
this is, an optimistic vibe.
I think
yes.
you're too optimistic. Is the problem?
When we talked about it, ultimately I do think that the ceiling is like 35 games
Mhm.
in terms of wins. But the Wizards fans have been so just stripped of any hope
Yeah.
that they could have over the last couple of years. Like I've been seeing some Wizards fans, like they've been talking about these tanking areas. They're pulling out names I've never seen. they're pulling out names with 20 consonants in them, and they're like, he played 20 minutes for us. And I was like, okay, I guess. To go from that to Trae Young and Anthony Davis and people that you actually have known and have done something in the league before. This is a spot where you feel like some type of direction, some type of competency is actually on the horizon. And for that's why I'm bigging up the Wizards right now.
Do the Raptors round out best vibes?
No, I think I'd rather give it to the 76ers, honestly, because Embiid is like,
Okay.
I
I'm not
want
gonna
to
say-
throw out another name since we are on the last spot.
yeah.
How are the Lakers feeling?
They're certainly not best vibes.
I'm definitely neutral right now, currently.
Okay.
Yeah, they just
They might lean towards
they're
the
probably
worst,
just
but-
out here.
Yeah.
The Sixers,
They're
though,
just
even with the Sixers, they traded away the sunshine. How do we feel about that?
They did. They got a first round pick for him, though. Obviously, you don't feel the best about that trade, but it's not a horrible trade in practice right now. But going back to what you said in our last episode on Thursday, could look bad in a couple of years from now, but the process is not bad right now. And plus, like, you got Edgecombe, who's looked much better as a rookie day one. The bigger conversation really revolves around Joel Embiid and how he gives you a solid baseline. He's been healthier, the healthiest he's been in a long time, which like makes me look at you in an entirely different way. I'm not going to give any real expectations on you just yet. I'm not going to say this is your opportunity to get to the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time. I'm not saying that. I've been through that so many times. But the vibes are good right now.
Yeah, we can go
regardless of that.
Sixers for the best vibes there, just because it seemed like Joel Embiid had nothing left to offer because of his knees, and it seemed like a sad end to his career in his prime. He's playing like one of the best bigs in the league right now.
They're
He's
trying to
figured-
give that surgeon the key to the city right now, man.
shout out. He's been going crazy. 2 teams left for worst vibes.
Miami Heat.
No.
They deserve to be in the middle of
They're
10
so
don't get talked
neutral.
about. They deserve to not get talked
They
about.
listen. People are.
Nah.
It's been slowly happening because every single year Pat Riley is like,
You know what? I can understand the Miami,
like
but I feel like there's spicy.
the turn that's happening on Pat Riley, or just the amount of frustration that Heat fans have with Pat Riley, especially post deadline. It's at
You're right.
it's at one of the higher levels.
And the Khalil Ware stuff that's always just been up and down all year. With
he
him.
just got dunked on by his own team.
Oh yeah, never mind. He got slammed on by Bam. Put the Miami Heat number 9.
That's
He got
hilarious.
put in a fucking blender by
So-
Bam. He got one of the best posters of the year.
They
It's a
said
bad year for him.
Eric Spoelstra got that poster in his bedroom.
It was a highlight of his night.
Yes.
The Nets don't deserve bad vibes. They're doing
No.
things right with
I think we
rebuild.
should put the Memphis Grizzlies on here for last.
But they sold high though, so they kind of fixed it a little bit. Like they picked the direction. I don't think it's bad vibes anymore.
The Jazz.
I don't
For
think
the
they wanted to
entire
end that
year.
era.
I think-
That's my thing. It's like,
Yeah.
it's from a GM perspective, I think they did the right thing,
True.
given what their situation is. But it was a somber end.
Grizzlies fans are sad.
Yeah, they're sad.
The
They're sad.
Grizzlies fans have bad vibes, but I think they're sad and it's somber, but they understand it's for the best. So I don't know if the vibes are bad as much as they are like emotional.
Nah.
That's a hard distinction.
don't
So
know.
I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Like that's a difficult. There's some nuance there.
I think the vibes are bad, man. Like you say all that, and I'm just like,
Jaw's still
nah. Jaw's there, which is like can be viewed as a good thing,
That's
but
7
overall
first-round
it's
picks.
netting more bad. You're right; they do have a lot of first round picks, but
They were about to fight overseas. Like
I think they saved the vibes. They're smart. They pivoted. Like it hurts for now, but
Ty
like
Jerome is back,
Ty Jerome is back.
and he's been pooping his ass off, but still,
Cedric Howard is really good. Like
Zach Edey comes back soon, hopefully.
does that net out to be neutral?
I think so. I think they saved the bad vibes. But if you want to say sadness is keeping them there because the fans have to like deal with the band they've been ripped off of the era that they love so much, I get it.
You have to see your ex and Dylan Brooks thrive.
Yeah. Okay, so if there's not is there one more team that has clear bad vibes? Like the Trailblazers deserve to be in the middle 10. They're just whatever.
Yeah.
Timberwolves, fine vibes.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is the spot where at the bottom of this list, if we want to go the Knicks here, just because there's like overall,
I'm fine with that.
Overall, the season hasn't gone the way that you wanted it to be.
Do the Lakers have any nod for worse vibes with how up and down the season's been? How they didn't do anything at the deadline, and Lakers fans are irate, obviously. How people are looking at Luka not have a team around him that can win. That annoys people. The LeBron of it all, the drama that's been.
Y'all are always irate though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't say them. Like Lakers fans are always pissed, and like they're always gonna be very like on edge and like upper super high, super low lows. So like they're so dramatic. Any week can be the worst vibe. So I don't know if they actually deserve this list.
Yeah, I think I'd rather lean towards the Knicks because this is a team that should have like stormed and been throttling the Eastern Conference.
They've been too good. They dug themselves a hole a little too much as of late.
Yeah, they're still the 2 seed, but it's not by like a wide ass margin.
Yeah,
you could blink and they're like the 4th seed. In like
maybe
2
it's
weeks
right
from
to
now.
give it to the Grizzlies with everything we said. Maybe they embodied bad vibes the most just because they're sad.
For the entirety of the season. Yeah, they do.
Okay, we'll give it to the Grizzlies to close it out, just because.
Can we put the Bucks on here twice?
Yeah, you know,
Is that possible?
Fuck
go ahead, go put the Bucks twice.
Bucks twice.
Put the Milwaukee Bucks twice. They deserve it. Double representation for the most annoying team of the year by a fucking mile. And there we go. Best and worst vibes in the NBA right now on February 9th. I think we nailed it.
Yeah,
W list.
pretty good.
W list. Next thing we're going to do, let's get into the biggest news stories of the week. Let's talk about all the things that are going on across the league since we last recorded on Thursday. And I think it's only right that we start with something that's been all over Twitter.
What's going on?
We have to talk about the biggest problem plaguing the NBA right now. Something that nobody can stop talking about on Twitter that has been, honestly, I'm kind of joking about the biggest plague in the NBA. You ask the casual fan, this is the biggest problem in the NBA, and that's tanking. The Utah Jazz have taken tanking to the next level. They traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. at the deadline. They played their first game with him in the lineup against the Orlando Magic, and they were up 94-87 going into the fourth quarter. They're whooping their ass, locking Paolo up. Everything looked like the Jazz were going to surely get this win. Then they sat all their good players for the entire fourth quarter and lost the game 120-117. Egregious act of tanking that has once again reignited the talking point of this being something that is ruining the league for a lot of viewers, a lot of people going to games, watching players in real life, watching on TV, on League Pass. It's bad for people that even want to have a casual interest in the NBA over the course of the second half of the season because they know half the games will not matter because the players will not play. Do you guys view this as the biggest problem in the NBA right now?
I don't think this is the biggest problem in the league. Honestly, this is
What
just
is?
like
What's
the
worse?
biggest problem in
Yeah.
the league?
Power rank the biggest problems in the league.
Talking about the whole tanking thing, I feel like it would be more of an eye cancer to watch a team like the Knicks go ahead and tank egregiously, or the LA Lakers, a team that's like clearly like one of the more popular teams versus the Utah Jazz. Ain't nobody checking for Utah Jazz games like that at all. I don't give a damn if they tank. They kind of have to. This team specifically in the year, they kind of year and the kind of protection specifically that they have on top of them, they have to tank it. They have to go ahead and guarantee that they land a pick, or else I think it's top 8 protected. If they don't get it within the top 8, OKC gets that pick.
Yep,
that's perfectly fine. Their fans, I feel like their fans overall aren't mad about it because they understand how important, how pivotal this is to overall team building. If you're the Utah Jazz, who you're not going to go ahead and sign any free agents. I can't name too many guys off the top of my head who were like, yeah, Utah Jazz, sign me up. I want to be with them Mormons. No one ever thinks like that, ever, bro. Ever.
Yeah.
They have
Well,
to tank.
I think you're right that it's obviously in the best interest of the Utah Jazz for that pick protection, for the place they're at in their timeline, for how good this draft is, which is probably like the tweet we have on screen right now. It seems like 20% of the league is already tanking. That is how it feels. It feels like we're in one of the biggest tanking years in a long time. That's going to happen when you have one of the best draft classes of all time, seemingly in front of us, with 3 seemingly surefire superstars, a 4th guy in Caleb Wilson, who is also thought to be as good as a normal top 3 pick, 3 or 4 other guys that could be solid top 4 picks in most drafts. You're going to see more teams that want to get in on that, that want to get involved with that. That makes sense. The issue doesn't make sense though. Is it good for the league? And I think that's the part people are taking exception with. That if it makes sense, that's a problem with the system. And the system is set up that it makes a lot of unentertaining hoops. And there's no other sport that have anything like this, where a third of the league is actively putting a bad product out there on purpose for 4 months of the season.
I think for the Utah Jazz specifically,
There's
what makes
some baseball teams that'd be
Sure, but
awful.
no, that's
but
terrible.
that's different though, because it's not
different,
losing for a draft, because the draft isn't like that. So like there are some baseball teams, but they're not incentivized for that. They just are incompetent, don't want to spend money.
Yeah, I think I only don't mind a tank when it can at least be viewed as productive in some light. Like
That's the
for
hard
the
part.
Utah
It's always
Jazz,
productive.
They're productive because, well, on the court productive because you can sit down and say, hey, at least we got Isaiah Collier to take some shots. But the last game or 2 games that we're against Atlanta Hawks, he was giving us fucking issues, bro. This game specifically, I can look at Ace Bay and be like, yeah, like at least our top 5 pick or whatever he was last year can go ahead and develop and get real life reps that Larry Markkinen and Jaren Jackson Jr. would eat up. I think that's productive for this team right here. But if we're talking about a team like, I don't know, what's a team with like nothing going on? The Sacramento Kings.
Even then, that's not even a good
bad.
example though. It's always productive, and that's the problem. Is that I started the conversation by saying, is it the biggest problem in the league? And that's a tough conversation because it's essential to a league like the NBA that has an 82-game season. You have to have a lottery, right? Like you can't have flat worst team gets number 1 pick. Otherwise, we're going to have crazy tanking. But because of lottery, a lot of times good teams get the top pick. The really bad teams get fucked over, get the 5th pick, so they stay bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legit problem. I don't know if it has an answer. I don't know if there's a solution to it. I don't know if it's something that actually should be changed or something we kind of just got to accept. But the fact that it's incentivized and everything you're saying is true and it's undoubtedly good to tank, that's an unsolvable problem, I think.
Yeah, I think the only way that you can fix this is you're gonna have to burn it to the ground. Like you're gonna have to get rid of a draft in order to actually fix tanking and trying to position yourself for draft position. But like obviously that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
like,
it's not a realistic answer.
Yeah, like we're not gonna do that. I do think that like it is a problem when it's this egregious. I think sometimes you can stomach it if you know even if it's like an hour before the game, if you get the alert and it's like, hey, such is not playing, it's like, okay, I'm kind of walking into, I know what I'm walking into. When we're up through 3 quarters and I'm seeing Jaren Jackson Jr. and I'm seeing this entire team play well, and then all of a sudden we're just gonna give up. That's the issue because we joked around at the trade deadline because it's like I've never heard anybody talk this much about like jersey sales or anything like this. I legitimately care in this sense of how much people have to like pay and do all this other stuff to walk in here for this specific team, and now we're just going to lose on purpose. It goes against everything that we're doing here, and so it is a problem. But outside of again taking away the draft, I don't know how to fix it.
I think it's only a problem if you tank and you still are ass. That's where it's like, okay, well, you did all that tanking for no fucking reason. You've been shaking your ass twerking in February already for these top picks, and you don't do anything. You make the wrong moves. That's where it's like, okay.
Well, that's a problem with the lottery then at that point, because again, the Wizards, the Pistons had it for a few years, worst odds every single year, keep getting the 5th pick. And a lot of the talking points around this and this issue of tanking, a lot of people kind of take this weird like cop-like approach with it where they want to like punish these bad teams and be like, you deserve to be punished and we're not going to reward being bad. And I understand the sentiment because of everything you guys are talking about. It's embarrassing product on the court. It feels like it's disrespectful to the fans to be so egregiously poor and all this stuff that they're just like, you're incompetent and I hate you. But the reality is, unless you give them really good players, they're going to stay that way. Not everybody's the Celtics. Not everybody's going to go find a Jordan Walsh every year and be able to be amazing at finding guys in the second round like the Grizzlies. Put that goddamn arm down.
Flex for Jordan Walsh. What's wrong with you, man?
That's my guy right there, man.
Not every franchise is realistic enough to be set up like that. So you do, like in reality, have to give these terrible teams good players so they can have some parity and move it around. Like it's the same reason. That's why the NFL, every team is one good draft away from being great. Yeah. And that's a little different because they have 7 rounds, so a different format there. But you know,
and players die every single week. Like,
true. Yeah. Injuries have a bigger part of parity there. So it's not exactly 1-to-1, but getting a really great player because you're really bad promotes parity. So I think any type of solution people put out there that, oh, maybe the team that is the best non-lottery team, she gets number 1 pick and all this stuff, like that's not a realistic solution that would fix the problem. It would make you feel some type of like, it'd make you feel like you won the animosity battle you have with bad teams, but it wouldn't actually fix the issue.
Yes, but I would say like when you're tanking and like you're tanking for draft position, it puts basically 90% of the onus on your job is be a good drafter.
Yep.
Where other GMs, even if you miss a draft pick, and obviously it depends on where the market is. If you are in like a free agent destination or anything like that, you can sign people in free agency. You can go make trades and people will want to stay. And so you have these other avenues. And like maybe Utah and like Utah, Sacramento, those are just places where you just have to be a good drafter and that's just part of it. And so your job is innately harder because you don't have these other paths. But when you do that, like that's one of the bigger differences between them and a Boston is that maybe if we're looking at the Jazz and you start forcing these teams to also be good traders and forcing them to be good free agent signings, and you just like that's also a different area where by having this draft lottery or by saying like it's okay, like you can get your draft pick, you are allowing people to then put all of the pressure, knowing that a majority of these draft picks are not going to be all-stars. A majority of these picks aren't going to be all NBA players. And so we're allowing people to set themselves up for failure.
Well, that's a personal problem. You're right. And that's why tanking in this whole conversation makes it feel worse. But for the teams who like precisely know what they're doing, this shit is a real tool and weapon to use to catapult your organization, look at and propel you to one of the best in the league. Going back to, I think the year was 1996, 1997. I think that's one of the last years where the Spurs had a random blip where they won like 20 games, tanked. Next thing you know, they go ahead, draft Tim Duncan, and the history of the organization changes for fucking ever. Yeah. That's like the best case scenario of tanking. And a lot of teams don't have the necessary molecules, atoms in their brain, IQ to go ahead and do such things through their scouting programs. And that's what makes this whole conversation 100%.
Hard. And people will say, okay, then get good. Right? Like that'll be something that like I can imagine Donovan saying like draft better, be better.
I can't.
And like, yeah, that'd be great. It would be ideal to say, look at a sports league and say the worst team should do what the best teams do. It's just not reality. There's always going to be shitters. In a sport that is privately owned, every team, you can't remove owners. You can't relegate teams to different leagues. You're always going to have shitters at the bottom. That just is what it is. You have bad owners that own the teams and they don't want to put money into the front office. They don't have to. So you're not going to escape incompetence. And that's the part you got to build around as a reality.
I mean, I'm just confused it got so bad because I personally thought with the new lottery odds, for those who don't know, they actually changed the odds in 2019. You don't need to have like a top 3 worst record in the league anymore to have a chance at the number 1.
Yeah.
Because now it's set up, as long as you have one of the 3 worst records, you have an equal shot at that number 1 pick. And then it trickles down to the point where like, you know, the 9th worst record has a 2.8, excuse me.
Yeah, triple what they had before. 3% before it was 1.1. That's a meaningful difference. And
yeah, that's how the Atlanta Hawks got the number 1 pick a couple years ago.
And the Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks as well. You're right.
And this definitely meaningfully impacts how things have gone in the past few years. I think it's worth talking about. Has it positively impacted it? It's made some of the shitters stay shittier for longer. Like the Wizards probably would have got the number 1 pick if things didn't change, or at least would have got a number 2 pick at some point. Outside of Sard, they got a lot of 5. Same thing with the Pistons outside of Cade, right? Yeah. That impacts things. Like we mentioned, the Atlanta Hawks and the Mavericks changed their teams forever. The Atlanta Hawks did not, but they did have the opportunity to because of these flattened odds. So it gives more teams that fall into the lottery a chance to transform their team, but hurts the worst teams, which now we're looking back at this probably helps the tanking from like an entertainment standpoint, like evens things out and like makes the race to 1 not as egregious. But I think if you have the bad team staying bad for longer, it probably nets out as a negative for the league.
Probably. And also, this is like two different things because if you're going into the year saying, hey, we understand that we are in a rebuilding phase, I think people can understand that we're in this season or in this phase of our team. That's fine. What the Jazz did is actually egregious.
Yeah, like good point.
You're right.
In-game tanking, that's something that I do think is something where you are going to have to take that different approach and actually start handing out punishments because I know Jaren Jackson is not hurt. I know these other guys are fine. Once again, you were busting you were dominating for 3 quarters. And now you take the guys out. What's actually good here? What's actually going on? That's a much bigger problem than this season long odd stuff happening.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to bring it back to the Jazz. There's obviously this is all a fine line because you can't dissuade tanking in an era where drafts exist, and you also can't really tell coaches who to play. You know, they could just be like, "Oh, I don't want to play Jaren. Here's what it is." Like, they're in charge of who they play.
But even then, like the coaches, I've never, and maybe I'm just super naive. I've never thought that like the actual like on the ground people, that like the actual players or the actual coaches are the ones that are like, yeah, we're gonna lose this game.
Of course not. Many of them are going to try not to, and it's probably different in each organization. Maybe Will Hardy just understands we have a top 8 pick, and it'd be pretty nice for me if I had a top 5 player next year. So I want to make sure we keep that pick, right? But that's where the fine line is. I think the hard part is them and the Wizards traded for stars and are either sitting them all year, which the Wizards, they could say we traded for injured stars, so we're just going to let them rehab. That's somewhat understandable. The Jazz trade for a star and Jaren Jackson and then don't let them play the fourth quarter is like to buy in to get better, but then still stay worse. That might be where the like subjective ruling of the commissioner has to come in to say, if you're going to make a move to be good, then be good. We're not going to allow you to do both. That's like an issue. But then that raises the question of pick protections are the issue. Having a top 8 protected pick allows you to do that.
Oh yeah, let's cut those.
Yeah, that might be the answer. You know, there was a report a few months ago that they were looking into ways to curb this. I think that came out in December. And there were some terrible ideas on there. And there was one good one, I think. That the one good idea was eliminating the specificness to pick protections. Not eliminating them entirely. I think you could just eliminate entirely, possibly. But basically, it could be lottery protected or no protections. Or maybe whatever that number is, whether it's lottery or top 5, make it so there's only 1 or 2 types of protections. Not, if it's 1 to 4, I keep it, or 10 to 30, I keep it, but 5 to 9, you get it. 1 to 8, I keep it. If not, it becomes this and this and that. Like, the complexity of protections leads to more tanking opportunities. Because if this Jazz pick was unprotected, they would just be trying to win.
Yeah, Indiana.
Exactly. And I think what you said about like the subjective, the perspective from the commissioner, Adam, start the taking task force today.
Yeah,
right. We're gonna have to go around to every single team, and we're gonna have to pop in, make sure that you guys are doing things the right way, make sure that things are not getting egregious, and it's gonna have to go like that.
Yeah, I think honestly what he probably has to do, everything we're saying is that there's no answer. From a totally like unemotional standpoint of logic, there's no answer here.
Yeah.
He has to make this an entertainment product, and he has to say, you trade for Jaren Jackson, I'm calling him Danny Ainge and said, okay, you're buying, you better motherfucking buy. Otherwise, we're going to do fines. You better, like, I'm going to put my foot on the scale a little bit and say, we're going to prioritize entertainment. And if you're going to be a good team, do it. Don't continue to lose. Like, that's just something you got to understand. I'm going to do whatever I can with my powers as a commissioner to make sure you have to do that. We'll fine you in a very subjective sense. That's not fair. A Jazz fan will say, I'm allowed to play whoever I want in the fourth quarter. Too damn bad. This is an entertainment product. We're going to fine you. And he has to just take away this whole... Adam Silver does things completely fair and doesn't try to put his own opinion and things into things. I think that's a change.
I think he should. I think
that has to change. If you do want to solve this problem, that has to change.
There's fantasy football leagues with harder tanking rules than what the NBA does.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Bro.
And maybe they don't want it to change, and this is also something we got to deal with. But we've seen signals that Adam Silver isn't okay with tanking in some regard, but it seems like he wants to solve it in some like fair scientific way. I think he has to just add his own judgment into it.
Yeah, I think Adam Silver needs to make some sort of big change. I think we need to remember what the NBA looked like with David Stern. He wasn't afraid to make big changes that were going to anger people. And I think there's so many different problems with the league right now that Adam Silver needs to make an opinionated change, not only on this, but with injuries, All-Star Weekend, like something got to give.
We need a co-commissioner. Adam Silver is obviously so good for the business of the game, expanding the pockets of everybody. But obviously we need a little David Stern sprinkled in there for the health of the product.
Man, if I die, I hope I have David Stern PR.
I don't think anybody says he was a great commissioner. We say he was an opinionated commissioner. That he would do some stuff.
But like every time something happens, everyone's just like, man, Stern's NBA would never. And it's like, I mean, nobody loved 100% like what was going down in the NBA like every single time with Stern. Yeah. But it's just like he's just viewed as this like perfect commissioner, and this like
I think people view him as like a dictator.
This very
This
very idealized version of David Stern is definitely here.
I see both sides.
I know what you're saying. But that's just because I think people view him as the opposite of Adam Silver, which leads to these convos. I don't think people actually view him as a great commissioner. I think that part definitely isn't the sentiment. Is like he was perfect commissioner, but he was everything Adam Silver isn't. So I think
he would stand on some shit at the end of the day.
Yeah, like I think this narrative started off as a joke of like people talking about the fact you couldn't wear baggy clothes and the racist shit that was happening, and then be like, he wouldn't allow that. He would have took him out there and said, "Go be proper." Like it started off that way. So now you're right. People view him as a dictator more than anything.
Yeah.
Nah, they love him now. It's because of Adam.
Yeah, we ignore the fact that racist shit happened under his watch. Allen Iverson put a suit on.
That's funny as hell, man.
Yeah, no one said he was moral. No one said he was a great guy. They just said he was a guy with an iron fist.
Do these taking teams
People
want
are
to
loving
change?
that right now.
Yeah, listen, this is the age we're in.
People are loving that.
People want some David Stern right now. The age we're in. The voting public would love some David Stern. They would love. Never mind.
Tell me what to do.
No more Gucci swaggers. Pull your pants up.
Yo, man. Quinn Snyder, I want to take that Ferragamo belt off, man. That shit is not allowed in this league.
All right, next news story. D'Angelo Russell won't report to the Wizards. Team will try to figure out what's best for him and for the team, per their GM.
I know what's best.
Ni hao.
Wong Dong.
Yo, D'Lo
100%,
turning
bro.
down an NBA opportunity?
Bro, go score 50 in China.
Come on, man.
I really don't know where D'Lo goes from here because it doesn't make sense. This whole season doesn't make sense. You were on a team that needs a point guard. You, sir, play point guard. They didn't want you. You didn't want them. Now you come to another team. They don't have nothing going on. You could be out here being their version of CJ McCollum. You can get your shots off. You don't want to pull up? Fine. It doesn't make sense. I have no idea where his career is going to go. The general feeling about what the D'Angelo Russell experiment could bring to your team, it feels cooked. It feels over.
Yeah, go throw them lobs to Dwight Howard, man.
Taiwan.
Yeah, the GM of the Washington Wizards basically made it sound like he's going to get bought out. It's best for both of us. He was only here for salary reasons. We don't really want him. He doesn't want us. We'll figure it out. He's the one that said this directly in a press conference. Makes sense. I don't know. Like, is there any team that needs D'Lo rest this year? A playoff team?
Any team that needs D'Lo, playoff team, those two words don't coincide at all.
Actually, the
Need
Magic
is a
sends it in?
crazy word, right? I
yeah.
need D'Angelo Russell.
Need D'Lo's insane, bro.
You know what we need right now? D'Angelo Russell.
That'll fix us.
That's insane.
That's
I
hilarious.
need him. Hell no.
Do you think the Magic might need him?
Fuck
No.
They just got rid of Tyus Jones. They can use another backup point guard.
Fuck no. Oh my God, man.
Do you think the Miami Heat might need him?
No.
Fuck no. Holy shit.
Do you think the Chicago Bulls might need him?
They want him.
Yeah, they want him.
They're probably on his line right now.
They want him bad.
Do you
They
think,
need a forward. They saw a 6-foot guy. Oh, he could play forward for us. All right,
Do
So
you think-
we're playing positionless basketball.
Do you think the Atlanta Hawks might need him?
Hey, you might have to kill him.
You have to die.
I just named everybody from the playing invitational every year. I figured that'd be the best bet.
Maybe the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know.
Oh, the Bucks need him.
Sure.
The Bucks need him.
Sure.
Go balance out Cam Thomas on that bench.
Why not?
Disgusting, brothers. Imagine that bench unit, that bench guard unit
Zero
of D'Lo and Cam
defense.
Thomas coming in.
Yo, the most mind-numbing hoops of all time.
Their guard room would have D'Lo, Cam Thomas, Ryan Rollins, KPJ.
Cole Anthony.
Oh my goodness. That can't happen. That can't happen. But yeah, it's over.
Tough. Next news story. The participants in the 2026 dunk contest have been revealed. We were told All-Star Jalen Duren would be in it. He has since pulled out. Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Keshad Johnson, and Jace Richardson are your dunk contest participants for 2026. I have never seen Jace Richardson dunk in the NBA.
I've seen him dunk a couple times, but it's like rim grazers, bro. It's exactly what he's doing in the
a rim
poster
grazer
right now.
there.
He's doing the most unimpressive dunk. The ball's finna come out of his hands. He's barely getting that bitch in.
And Jace Richardson has also said, I have never seen myself dunk in the NBA. He responded to this and he said, I guess I'll do it. Sounding like they told him to do it. He said, let's do it, I guess, on an Instagram story.
Yo, they expecting him to pull out his dad during the show. That's all it is.
That's all it is. They said, we need a fourth person. We have a Richardson in the league. Jace, come dunk.
Yeah.
And then he was asked about it in a locker room scrum. And they were like, a lot of people saw my tweet and said, they probably think I'm not going to try. I'm going to give it my all. I've never agreed to something I don't want to win. He didn't say I plan to win. He didn't say I think I can win. He didn't say I want to do this. I decided to do this. He just said I'm going to try.
He said this on 2 platforms, y'all. He made an IG story and a tweet. I guess. He really wanted to get it off.
Make it clear. I can't say they made me do this, but I'm going to make it abundantly clear to you they made me do this.
He's letting everyone know, temper the expectations. I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to try. I'm going to show up.
I mean, Carter Bryant's tall.
Sure.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know what Who's Kashad Johnson?
I ain't gonna lie.
I felt like such a casual reading that name.
I thought it was a corner in the NFL. I was like, I don't know.
I'm not going. Do you know who Kashad Johnson is? Is that a second round pick from last year or something? Like that just got into the league?
I'm not gonna.
What
lie,
I
have
will
no
say
idea who
is
that is.
this should be the last year of not only the slam dunk contest, but for the All-Star game as well.
Kashad Johnson has played. He averages 7.6 minutes a game.
Fire.
Was he a 2025 draft pick?
Yes.
Yeah, I legit do not know who that is. And I like, do you know how rare that is? Like, this must be a me issue because, like, I'm sure he was like a second round pick that I should know. I don't know who that is.
I've never seen him a day in my life, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I shouldn't. 7 minutes, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I give myself a break. 7 minutes is not a lot of time. I should know who that is.
I'm looking at this right now, and we just talked for like 25 minutes about tanking. This is a bigger problem. and legitimately,
He won undrafted, by the way.
Okay, undrafted free agent. I'll give myself a pass. Sometimes it takes a minute to learn them all.
legitimately, the NBA All-Star Weekend, especially now that they have moved it, it's always been like post Super Bowl, but they move it post Super Bowl. This is the time when all the casuals finally are like, okay, let me see what's going on in the NBA. Let me see what's happening. And we're gonna have NBA All-Star Saturday night, and we're gonna have all these events, and it's gonna be star-studded and whatever. And you're gonna have people flying in to see Jace Richardson dunk. No, this is gonna be trash. Then the next day on Sunday night, we're going to have this All-Star game that's going to be like 3 All-Star games in one and some stupid round robin that nobody knows the rules to. And we can't play just a regular game because nobody does anything. And the game's going to be 250 to 252 in a 48-minute game. That should never happen. The entire weekend is cooked. Players talk about it. They don't even want to come out because they got to do insane media. The players don't like what's happening. Any other type of event that's happening around this is insanely mid, insanely cooked. Any time that the dunk contest has been legitimately solid for the last 10 years, most of the time it's built off of nostalgia bait. And I'm gonna go do what Jace Richardson is probably gonna do. I'm gonna get my father's jersey, I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna remind you about something that happened 25 years ago, and I'm gonna see if this could be good. Let's cut it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Let's cut it. It's done. It's cooked.
I agree with you. I actually went to the events last year.
Oh, you wasted time.
Luckily,
You wasted time.
well, that's what I'm saying. Luckily, I didn't have to pay, but the whole time I was like, yo, if I had to pay for this with my hard-earned money, I would be so pissed, dog. Because I went on the apps, looked up how much those tickets were. We're talking about $4,005 for like upper bowl seats.
For Saturday night?
For Saturday night and the All-Star game.
That's crazy.
$4K?
Around there.
We've gone to the All-Star game, All-Star weekend 2 years in a row for work purposes, right? There hasn't been a single time where I thought, let me go to see All-Star Saturday night.
Dude, I have a picture of him sleeping while the All-Star game was going on, man.
Oh yeah, in Indy.
Yeah, he was taking the meanest nap ever.
Because I think that was one of the first ones that they broke 200. That like both teams scored 200.
Yeah.
And we'll be there this week too. We're going to LA on Friday morning. We haven't had a single conversation of should we go to these events. It's not even a thought. I said
I'd rather go get ramen at your West Hollywood place.
That's what I'm talking
than
about.
watch it.
Wait. You blown up the spot. Blown up the spot.
Ramen place in West Hollywood on this street.
There's a few. Yeah, I was telling before we started that we're going to California.
Right.
If you guys, I'm sure you guys know, before we all moved to Chicago here, I lived in LA, I lived in West Hollywood, and I said there's a ramen spot I got to go to. That's the plans for Saturday night. We're gonna do our work stuff in the day, go eat food at some LA spots that I miss and remember. No thought to give a fuck about the dunk contest.
It's so.
They don't even got TVs there.
It's so. Thank you.
I didn't even bother to think about that.
It's so bad, and I think like they've tried. Like I'll give them credit at least for the All-Star game in that you've tried your absolute best to figure out something to where the game could be somewhat entertaining, and you're trying to find a way to make it competitive. At the end of the day, it's not. Nothing is going to change unless the players are slapping the floor and pulling their shorts up.
Damian Lillard is in the 3-point contest.
What the hell is going on?
You say that in
Damn
IC? Is that Bobby Portis?
Bobby Portis is in the 3-point contest. Devin Booker shooting 30% from threes in the 3-point contest.
What in the blue moon?
What a blue moon, indeed.
I'm a Bobby Portis fan, so I hope he wins it. But literally, for the NBA's crowning moment, the moment that everybody is coming to see, is now kind of switched over to the 3-point contest. We got a dude on one leg and a busted Achilles, and Bobby Portis taking threes here. What is going on? What is happening?
Anyone else?
This
Can I be honest?
please.
Even though the 3-point contest, I agree it is more so the main event now. With how many threes we see in actual NBA games, it's starting to get stale to me too. I ain't gonna lie. Like, how many times can it really get hyped over? Especially when they start breaking two, and then Reggie, he's heating up now. He's heating up now. And then they go for 4 straight misses. I'm like, all right, dog, we get it.
Yeah,
I've also never found it entertaining. He's never done much for me.
There's the times where it's been real good is like obviously when Steph and Clay were at their peak and like they're setting records and stuff. It got a little bit stale because they started to add a whole bunch of other stuff and like you added more time, whatever.
They added the 4-point line, right?
Yeah, which is kind of like a nice wrinkle, but like the overall like the scores were getting pretty high. What they need to do is let's get the worst shooters out here.
Yeah.
And let's
Under
do
Drummond's
that.
gonna win the whole thing.
Yes.
I think it's kind of cool that Damian Lillard's doing it personally.
I don't know, man.
Clearly, he's healthy enough to do it. Like, why not? No harm, no foul.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What's to take issue with?
I mean, I'm sure. Listen, and I'm sure he can shoot the ball 50 times. You know, probably at this point in his recovery, but it's a tough time for All-Star Weekend.
Let's talk about some transactions. Mike Conley was traded during the deadline in a salary dump. He is being waived and coming back.
Nice.
Fire.
Love to see it, bruh. Team loyalty.
That's crazy. I feel like this shouldn't be allowed. I don't really give a fuck. It's Mike Conley. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
But like, there's some ways you're not allowed to do this in the offseason, depending on different minutia. For some reason, this falls into the way it's allowed.
Yeah, because he was traded twice. That's why it was allowed.
Oh, it's trade twice. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it says it right there. True. Interesting.
If you're traded twice, it should be allowed because it's like, yo, man, it's kind of getting out of hand. And if, like the team wants to go ahead and just be like, yeah, you're cool to leave. Don't even show up, please. Like we don't need you here.
Yeah. Again,
it's
I don't really
fine.
care. Shout out Mike Conley coming back. Good for them. Shout out the finesse from the Timberwolves. Interesting wrinkle.
I also wanted to say like, yeah, team legend. I call it Mike Conley, but I'm like, I don't know about that. But he did make things a lot smoother when it comes to the Rudy Gobert transition.
Yeah,
So
locker room leader. Good for
he's
him.
important for them.
Cam Thomas is a member of the Bucks. Another transaction that happened. We mentioned it earlier in the good vibes scenario. Cam Thomas was waived by the Brooklyn Nets after the deadline, after they failed to find a suitor for him. Allowed to pick whatever destination he chooses. He chose the Bucks, who obviously need all the talent they can get. Is this a good swing for the Bucks?
Dude, great swing for the Bucks. You know, they had to get talent in the door. They're not in the team state to go ahead and really be too picky. You know, they need anything. When this happened, I forget where we were, but we were so fucking shocked that this happened. We were like, yo, he got waived? Like, he didn't get traded. He got bought out?
He fell to his knees in Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, we were
Said,
in
oh my
Jersey
God,
Mike's.
Cam Thomas got waived.
This is so bad.
Good for him. He's obviously had a very interesting part of his career. He's averaged 25 in the NBA and has been waived in the NBA a year later. That is probably a sentence only Cam Thomas can say. Like ever, probably. Has anybody? Maybe there's some like
People,
some other
it's probably
reasons.
happened.
So yeah, for other reasons, but it certainly has not happened at the age of 24 to average 25 points per game in the NBA and be waived before you hit your prime the next season. That is outrageous. I'm sure it's happened for like behavioral reasons or like financial reasons. They just did this shit because they didn't want him.
Got to be a terrible hang.
Crazy.
Dude.
And certain battles that he started with a certain writer happened. And Zach Lowe reigns eternal because Zach Lowe said on July 16, 2025, the consensus on Cam Thomas, if there is one, and he's got some fans and he's got some mega detractors, but the consensus is kind of like empty calories ball hog. Cam Thomas responds same day. The consensus, fuck you and that consensus, Zach Lowe. This is the most likely the same consensus for teams who can't guard me and send double teams from jump ball. Why are we double teaming a guy who's not that good, quote unquote? Make it make sense, please.
This is the same guy who's been shooting 39% from the field this year and just 32% from the 3-point line. Yikes.
Tough. So just overall tough situation because obviously he's talented. Like you can't average 25 on accident.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But we've been talking about it for years. When he first broke onto the scene, had those 3 40-point games after the Kyrie and James Harden trade, it was, whoa, promising player. What can he become? This is crazy. Like clearly this guy is something. He's obviously a talented scorer. What now? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. No other development. No other now.
How bad do you have to be to get cut from one of the worst teams in the league?
Bad.
Like that's
the thing. You don't even got to be
preposterous.
bad per se.
Yeah.
You have to be unwilling is the problem. Like he's not bad. Like he can average 25, but he refuses to do the other stuff, all the effort-based stuff. And there is talent there too. Like he's just not a talented defender and stuff like that. But
that should be good for a team like the Brooklyn Nets because they want to be bad right now. They
you can
want to
be
go
a
and land
cheap
the top
one-way player and exist on a lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of times that happens. Like you have to be so unwilling, such a problem in the locker room, so uncoachable, so much intangible stuff you have to just decide isn't you to be cut while being that good of a scorer. You can go be Jordan Clarkson or something and just be a microwave guy off the bench. Like those guys have long careers.
You can be Bones Highland right now, bro.
I'm not saying you're gonna get $30 million a year with that style of play. You certainly won't, but you'll keep a job.
Mm-hmm. Cut is nuts.
I'm starting to feel bad for these small guards though. I feel like they are
He's
disproportionately getting.
He's 6'3", 6'4".
No, he's
not
like
even
6'5".
small.
He's thick. Like he's a big guy. He's not even
Oh, he's
small.
6'5"?
Maybe 6'4".
I think he's like 6'3",
Maybe
6'4".
6'4".
runner.
But I think just the archetype of like these non-defending guards who really their value is scoring. I feel like they're getting targeted this year.
But he shouldn't even be that. He has
Exactly.
size.
He
Like
has
he's
no
not
excuse
little.
for that.
He has a
Yeah,
wingspan. A
that's
lot of times
fair.
these guys are just like small shoulder, small wingspan. You're never gonna be a good defender. He has the body to be a perfectly fine defender. Like he chooses to be in the category you're describing, and that's crazy.
That's fair.
Like he chooses this life.
he has a 6'7", 6'9" wingspan, bro. He has no excuse.
And he is thick. He's built like he's a tank a little bit for his size.
Yeah.
If the Bucks thing doesn't work out, that's obviously going to be a big stain. I looked it up right now. He says 3 years that he can go back to college and so you can go get some NIL money. You can score 30 at LSU. Why don't you go back to Baton Rouge?
Oh, God, that's nasty, man.
Next
That's
news story.
nasty.
I'm sorry.
Next news story. Obviously, the vibes of the Rockets have been terrible. Kevin Durant is obsessed with talking to his haters. This random guy said, "Why don't players ever play better next to you, Kevin Durant? Accept it. You're an elite scorer, not a leader. You don't elevate your teammates, you lower them." Not to give this guy any more publicity, but that's his general sentiment. He says to him, KD says, "I can name you 20 players that play their best ball next to me." My question is, can y'all name 20 players that play their best ball next to Kevin Durant?
Or you say
best
Steph
ball.
Curry played his best ball next to KD? No,
No.
you can't because his best ball was in 2016. Can
Actually,
you
let me not say 20. 20 is a lot. Do you agree with the sentiment that he makes players worse?
makes player worse? No,
No.
I can't. I can't
No.
agree with that.
Do you
That's
agree with the
ridiculous.
sentiment he makes players better?
I always that verbiage is so funny.
Yes.
because
It is
was
loaded
flipped in
verbiage for sure. Like clearly you do when you're that good. To some regard, obviously you
Yeah.
make players better. Like it goes without saying that if you're a star player with that much gravity, Bruce Brown's gonna look better off of you. DeAndre Jordan's gonna look better off of you. Serge Ibaka, you're gonna look better off of a guy next to that. But relative to his skill level, I guess is the better question of like
compared to other superstars. No,
people always compare him to Bron, obviously.
Exactly.
From their days, and obviously Bron's a better playmaker. That's always was held above KD. But I think people probably still do too much with the like him not making people better relative to other superstars, not named LeBron James. I think I'm closer to KD's side here.
I am too. I think the last couple years has been weird. Like with Phoenix, and that whole situation just being off, and like they traded so much to get KD that team, even once he was there and it was him, CP, Ayton, right, Booker. You're looking around at who the other wings are, and it's like, how are we actually going to make this work? Like, can we play?
Yeah.
Can we play 7 guys that are legitimately good?
yeah,
Probably not. But I think before that, like you even saw in Brooklyn, and I think that the 21 series against the Bucks, that
Correct.
was probably his best version of like, hey, everybody just get on my back. I'll spoon feed you everything, like controlling the game. That was probably one of the better versions that we've seen of KD.
Yeah.
But I disagree that he makes people worse.
Yeah,
like
that
that's not true.
yeah. That just doesn't make any sense. Every time I see James Harden at the highest of his career when it comes to actually going for far in the playoffs, he's with KD. I seen Kyrie go as high as possible, not as high as possible, obviously, but I seen him make deep playoff runs with KD before, and I've seen him make a lot of people's lives easier defensively and offensively with all he does.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
It's just overly hating.
Next thing I'll talk about. We mentioned this in the bad vibe section earlier, but wanted to breeze by it there because I knew we'd talk about it here. Ime Udoka was asked about Alperen Şengün getting hunted on defense and pick and rolls in the last 2 games. He says, "It's been the case since I've been here. So no different there." What did y'all think about this? With Ime basically saying, Guy's been a cone. I've been trying to game plan around that for the entirety of my career here.
Come on, man. This is one of the number one rules as a head coach. I get it. Like, there's certain ways to make your player accountable and like tell them they need to try harder and all this stuff. But to say that, yeah, he's been hunted on defense his past 2 games. It's just been the case here. No different. He's asked that. Come on, man.
Now,
He's not lying.
Now,
Come on, man.
that's one, is that he's not lying. 2, what if he did all the things? Because you said there's other ways to do it. What if he's tried that? What if he's had meetings with Şengün and been like, listen, bro, I'm gonna need you to lock in on this defense. And Şengün was like, yeah. You want to see a hook shot? Like, if that's the case, I've tried everything. It's also, again, just real. The team has not been playing well.
I would think what you're saying.
I'm gonna need you to step.
I don't think it's if. I think that surely has happened. Like, he wouldn't have said this if not for, like, this isn't a lack of judgment or like a slip up. Like, he said this on purpose, and he wouldn't have done this unless he previously had conversations and have tried other ways to hold Şengün accountable. In this game, he gave up a really bad back cut that was effort based, and Kevin Durant screamed at him and said, "Play some fucking defense."
Yeah.
Because Kevin Durant was a weak side help that had to make up for it, and there was just no way for him to get there on time. Because how would he expect such a poor effort from the front side?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I suspect that it's probably pretty likely that there has been some conversations behind closed doors, and they're not happy with the way things have gone as of late for Şengün. Interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and your entire season can't fall apart because you don't have Steven Adams there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's simple and plain. We are going to go into the playoffs, and it's going to be you and Jabari on this front line. You guys are going to have to hold it down. I know Jabari's going to try, or you.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that you have to, that they are asking him to do a lot offensively. Hey, welcome to being a superstar.
Yeah.
And welcome also to being a superstar that's not 35 years old. Like, this is just what you are expected to do. And as I feel like I've been more pro Şengün as of late. But as you guys have said time and time again, you're not knocking down these threes. It's not like the numbers offensively.
Bro, he only had 10 games specifically that was shooting well from 3. The rest of the 35 games that he played, ass.
Yeah,
It's been
it's
so bad. 22% specifically.
Still has bad touch with the rim.
Yeah.
It's not like all of the energy that you are conserving on offense is paying off crazy dividends. Go lock up somebody.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like, I know he shook the Sabonis allegations last year because the team's defense was so good, and he got the nod for being like a good defender now. Since then, I've said in the moment, I like salute to him becoming like good enough to exist in a good defensive ecosystem and not be any kind of like tanking factor to what you're able to do defensively. He's still not good. I think people have done way too much with like, oh, he's so positionally sound. He gives good impact now. No, he's surrounded by some of the best defensive players in the league, and like he's fine, which again is important. It's a distinction. Like, it is better than what he was before. But yeah, there will be moments where it's really easy to go from fine to being an issue. It's a fine line.
Yeah, and it just can't happen.
Yeah, man.
The vibes are really bad in Houston. It's just really hitting me. Damn.
Yeah, they're terrible. But that's the end of the news we want to talk about today. Let's transition over to a little bit of TikTok time. Right now, we are going to talk about which NBA team has the best superstar lineage. We're going to see a matchup of 2 different teams against each other, 3 to 5 of their last superstars, which is it's being quite nice to some of these, but the last defining players, franchise players, star players that were from different eras of this team. And we got to decide which one is more impressive.
Okay.
Peace holes, what do you got for us?
Y'all ready?
Ready.
All right. First matchup, we have the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs versus the Los Angeles Lakers. On the Spurs, we have David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard, Victor Wembanyama. On the Lakers, we have Shaq, Kobe Bryant, LeBron, Luka.
This might be the most even you could possibly imagine if you're trying to find one that can keep up the Lakers.
Yeah.
Now, is it good enough to make up for the fact that prime Shaq is way better than David Robinson? Make up for the fact that LeBron James is better than Kawhi? And actually, I tried to lay that out. It's actually kind of close now I'm thinking about it.
What?
It's all kind of close.
Well, let me say, it would not be close if we went further than Shaq.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But if we start with Shaq and David, it is close. It is
I think the quote unquote, or I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say that. Where the Spurs lose this matchup is LeBron is just better than
In 2017 Kawhi.
than Kawhi, and Wemby is awesome. He's not Luka right now.
I stumbled there because Luka is Lakers Luka, who hasn't had a chance to really do much in Lakers uniform. So maybe you could tell yourself that's like a close enough to not be a big factor. and then obviously Duncan and Kobe. So age-old debate. Some people could reasonably side with Tim Duncan. It's LeBron over Kawhi is the difference because Kawhi was only a star there for like 3 years and he bounced.
It's also Shaq over.
Yes, you
Sure,
have
sure.
2 top 10 players of all time, and then you got Kobe Bryant, who is anywhere between 15 to 20 as well. For like
Damn,
at least
what the hell?
At least I'm going worst case scenario, obviously. For majority of people, like it's
That
really
was
lopsided.
That was crazy. I've never heard anybody
At
say
least,
20.
bro.
20?
I'm being
Nobody's ever
broad.
said that. You said that.
No, I never said that.
This.
I
I mean, I'm saying like just right now.
I've never seen somebody say number 20.
There's been disgusting hate for Kobe.
I'm sure it's happened.
Are you
Yeah.
sitting on the tape?
I'm not.
But yeah, listen, LeBron's been there for a long time. LeBron's at like year 8 with the
Why would
Lakers.
you think to say that?
Just being broad so everyone can agree. Fuck.
Try too broad.
I was going to say top 50
Yeah.
at that point if everyone can agree.
Too broad. Everyone's like,
He's one of
fuck,
the
man.
players of all time. He played in the NBA, Kobe Bryant. But yeah, LeBron's been there for 7 or 8 years now. Kawhi was only a superstar there for like 2 or 3 before he got hurt and left.
Yeah, it's like 2.5
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the Lakers.
maximum.
Okay.
Lakers win. But the Spurs give them a run for their money. Like this isn't a blowout per se. And most teams would get blown out by the Lakers.
Yeah.
Most teams are getting blown out by the Spurs.
Facts.
Yeah.
We picked them up with the one team they lose against.
Yeah.
Set them up bad.
All right, next up, we have the Washington Wizards versus the Charlotte Hornets. All right, we have Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Alex R? Question mark? Or Al Jefferson, Kemba Walker, LaMelo Ball? Question mark? I don't know. Now.
This is filthy to set up them after the Lakers and the Spurs. Alex R? Question mark.
Con Knipple? Question mark? I don't know.
I almost would rather put Con in the middle right now as we speak.
We gotta stop that.
But this is disgusting work. Al Jefferson is on my
Hooper.
screen right now.
Al Jefferson versus Gilbert Arenas. Who picked higher?
Yo, these are
Arenas.
nasty combos.
Combos no one's ever had.
Gilbert Arenas hands down. John Wall was better than Kemba. And
Yeah, it's the Wizards.
yeah, it's the
Is
Wizards.
it LaMelo? Okay, you're right. They have 2 out of 3. You're right. You're right.
It's the Wizards.
Yeah, they have 2 out of 3. But listen, Sarr versus LaMelo Ball. Where's that conversation going to be 10 years from now?
Nowhere.
Non-existent.
Nowhere. The only reason why the Hornets can get this is because there is a literal question mark by Sarr.
Yeah.
And so it's really 3-on-2.
So we're not going to play Anthony Davis here?
Nah.
0 games into his career?
Nah.
We won't see him for like 8 more months?
Shout out to the Wizards.
Trey Young?
You're not going to see AD in a jersey for 8 months.
That's fine. We don't need to. Hey, you want a top 3 pick. It's fine.
They're
All
ruining
right.
my guy.
Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the OKC Thunder.
Ooh.
On Dallas side, we have Dirk, Luca again.
Why'd you say ooh like that? You're frying me.
Okay, so Dirk, Luca again, Cooper Flag. On OKC side, we have KD to Russ to SGA.
KD to Russ is interesting because they played together, but then it was Russ's team, so I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to parse that.
It's clearly the Thunder though. They have it's MVP to MVP to MVP.
Facts.
So it really just like doesn't matter at this point.
But like Dirk, MVP, obviously. Luca, better than Russ, even though not being an MVP. Obviously, Shea is where it ends. But before that, like, depending on in 5 years, it could be a conversation when Cooper Flag hits his prime.
Yeah.
I think it will be a conversation when Cooper Flag hits his prime.
I don't know because the heights that KD hit and the heights that Shea hit are
Yeah.
those are tough.
cemented.
Shea makes it tough.
The single season height
Yeah.
of what Shea just did
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
tough to compete with.
But Dirk is 2011, so that competes with it.
I'll throw KD. Well,
Yeah.
KD doesn't have the
KD didn't do that, you
Yeah,
know?
he
So it's
didn't
not
do anything
KD's.
there.
Yeah. KD's heights compared to Luca's heights in terms of getting into the finals and like being an MVP. He won the MVP.
Yeah.
Luca didn't.
Yeah, and that's a separator.
Yeah. But like,
KD,
you know,
you're
the
in
trophy's
Luka
not there.
conversations.
The
That's
2024 season, though, is as impressive as a specific KD season with the Thunder because he didn't make the finals in his MVP season.
Sure, true. I think I'm leaning OKC still.
Yeah, I am going OKC.
Yeah, OKC wins. OKC wins because Cooper Flag is so young.
Okay. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls versus the Golden State Warriors. On the Bulls side, we have Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose, Josh Giddey.
Oh hell no!
On the other side, we have Will Chamberlain, Steph Curry, Brandon Podziemski.
The next generation is there.
Pods versus Giddy.
Listen, don't trade those fucking picks. We need to keep our ammo for the Pods era.
Oh man, this is so you got. Oh man,
Pod
Hey,
said
man.
I watched Team USA last summer. I said I'm next.
Could have been Kuminga, but hey, they're playing with him.
Some people choose different paths in life.
Warriors clear here.
Do they clear?
Also, we're
They
back
got-
to Will Chamberlain. We're going
Yeah.
back to the 60s. It's a 60-year gap
God damn.
between 1 and 2.
God damn.
Yeah, do the Warriors clear? I mean, the
Nah.
Bulls have a better player in 2 out of 3.
Curry laps, like whoever you want to stack Curry up against between like Rose and Jordan, that's fine. If we're going Curry versus Rose, heights are so much better. If we're going Wilt Chamberlain versus Derrick Rose, the heights are so much better.
But Giddy clears Podziemski. Sounds like 2 out of 3. Giddy smokes Podziemski.
Nah, I think a lot of contending teams would rather have Podziemski than
Cap.
Giddy. Nah, I think a lot of contending teams would rather have
D
Pods.
Pods is
We
in
saw-
like D-low territory, man.
Giddy at this moment
I don't
in
want to
time.
argue about this. I argue about
Bro.
too much irrelevant shit. I ain't doing it today.
You got it.
I know
It's
myself.
the worst.
I ain't doing
Giddy
it
at
today.
this moment in time is the poster boy for the dynasty starts after you. They traded him away,
Yeah.
got Caruso, then it's like, okay, we're just gonna win 80 games this year.
But
And-
Podziemski,
and
you
get
could be
it.
like,
The dynasty
Dynasty
ended
ended.
with you. You were the signifier that the Warriors dynasty has officially
you
ended.
were the white flag.
The white flag is nuts.
We're done, guys.
Listen, low key hard nickname.
The white flag.
The white flag.
Oh shit. You're cooking. You're
That's
right.
crazy.
I guess
Alright.
the Bulls win.
Next up, we
We're
have
not. No, the Warriors win.
I guess the Warriors win. I meant to say.
okay. All right. Next up, we have the Celtics versus the Knicks.
Ooh.
Larry Bird, Paul Pierce, Isaiah Thomas, Jason Tatum. On the Knicks side, we have Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, Carmelo Anthony, Jalen Brunson.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, we kind of get this.
Did you get this?
Do you?
Oh, it's a tie minimum because Ewing is better than Pierce, and Melo is clearly better than Isaiah Thomas.
Ewing's better than Pierce, but Pierce got the ring. So like maybe that evens it out.
Come on now.
What do you mean? End of the day, he has a ring.
He does. However, he's
Bird
still
is
better.
multiple.
He's still better. Are we counting rings or are we counting just like who's better?
Both.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
count-
I
it doesn't
understand.
matter.
I understand that. But Pat is better, and then Melo is better than.
How big is
Isaiah
that gap
Thomas.
though? Like
Is he? Is Melo better than?
All right, now. All right, now.
Come on, let's talk about
Let's
it.
not be dead.
Who
Low-key
got
though,
two conference finals?
let's not be dead
1
serious.
year peak versus 1 year peak in the team's uniform.
Come on
that
now.
Isaiah Thomas year might be better than 2013, 2014.
Come
Melo.
on now, let's
I'm not
talk.
gonna lie.
Let's
That's a
pod.
combo.
Let's pod,
If I
Donovan.
speak, I may be killed.
That's a real combo. Like obviously, career wise, Melo's better. 1 year peak in uniform. The IT year might be better.
We gotta stop it.
That's
Yeah,
not
we
crazy
do
at
gotta
all.
stop. You
We have
are
to
right.
stop.
We
We
do
have to
gotta
stop.
stop.
Wasn't he on the MVP ballot?
Isaiah Thomas? Yes, he was.
Carmelo did not touch that MVP ballot. He didn't sniff it.
It was 2013. LeBron though, but
Fair. Who did Isaiah Thomas lose to? What year was that again? Was that 16?
that was Russ. That was
Oh,
Russ.
17. 17, okay.
Harden.
He lost to Bron too. Everybody lost to Bron. Like,
Coping.
first of all, it's true.
All right,
Second,
so
off-
Tatum has a ring
second off,
on
I'll be
Brunson's watch.
damned. I'll be damned if we sit up here and say Isaiah Thomas is better than Carmelo Anthony.
Consider yourself damned. We're going 4-0 for the Celtics. Sweep.
damn.
Sweep. And Paul Pierce better.
I've never seen nobody more damned than you right now.
This is
Damn
One way
dumb.
to get to hell, buddy.
this is ridiculous.
4-0 sweep.
How? Wait, time out. How is Pierce better than Pat?
Rings, motherfucker.
How is he better than Pat?
Jewelry on that wrist.
We get a dude from Boston in here now. Everyone wants to talk crazy because we got some Northeastern there.
Fine. 3-1. You get a gentleman's sweep. There you go.
I'm crying, man.
Didn't Patrick Ewing get swept in the finals?
Oh, shit.
I'm going to pelt your house with Dunkin' Donuts and mad cups of coffee.
Oh, man.
The
Damn.
Celtics do win, obviously.
Yeah.
All right.
It was audacious to say the Knicks get this to begin the conversation.
I said tie.
You know you're
No, you
nasty.
didn't. You said low key. We got this. That's exactly what you said.
I know,
Honestly,
and
I just
backed
wanted to
off.
start
I said
that
tie.
Isaiah Thomas
And I
Carmelo
backed off to
conversation.
Tie could be fair.
All right. Next up, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Miami Heat. On Orlando side, we have Shaq, T-Mac, Dwight Howard, Paolo Banchero. On the Heat side, we have D-Wade, LeBron, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. You could argue Shaq should be on that Heat side too, but
That's fine.
it's fine.
Okay,
I think it's the Heat easily.
Wade did-
but the Magic make it interesting.
Wade did more for the Heat than Shaq did for the Magic, but Shaq is better. But 06 Wade versus young Shaq, is that a conversation?
Yeah, he got the ring too.
Yeah, like MVP caliber season. LeBron obviously clears T-Mac. Butler clears. Actually, does Butler
that's
clear
close.
Dwight? That's close.
That's mad close.
Obviously, he had made the two final trips versus one.
Exactly.
DPOY versus all-round playoff rising, all NBA caliber player. I don't know how to parse that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go Dwight slightly.
No.
They're damn near.
Now,
tied
playoff
for
Jimmy's
different
crazy.
reasons.
Playoff Jimmy's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, what about that last spot?
Oh,
Y'all-
shit.
I'm not talking
Y'all
about Bam
discussed-
Adebayo, please.
2020 Bam is the best version between him and Paolo Banchero.
I am taking Bam over Paolo.
2023 Bam is better than Paolo has ever been.
I've never seen a fall off this bad, y'all.
This
I'm
is a
not talking
disgusting
about Bam
conversation.
right
That honestly, who gives a shit? Because he got the other three, so it doesn't matter. But nasty conversation.
It's probably Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Miami.
All right. Next up, we have the Brooklyn Nets versus the LA Clippers, the battle of the secondary teams in their own cities. We have Darren Williams, Kevin Durant, MPJ. And the Clippers, we have Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and newly acquired Darius Garland.
It's the Nets, and I'm not gonna say. Actually, yeah, it's the Nets, and it's not close. One of these guys has not even played for the franchise. The other one has brought insane shame to the franchise, and the other one never got to the conference finals.
This is clearly the Clippers.
Why?
Well, one, MPJ versus Garland is hilarious. The two guys
Yeah,
will
just don't
start
think
from
of
the
anything.
board. I'm going to ignore
They're
that.
just
not gonna
2-on-2
lie.
right now.
That's nothing. Kawhi has played longer for the Clippers than Kevin Durant did for the Nets, has been better. Even though he's been hurt all the time, he's done more for the Clippers than vice versa.
Yeah, he has done a lot for the Clippers.
Negatively?
He's done so much.
And obviously, CP3
Planted a
the
lot of
Clippers.
trees.
Obviously, CP3 clears the Nets and clears Darren Williams.
Allegedly.
This is clearly the Clippers, I think.
But the highs, KD had the craziest peak out of all of them for their respective teams.
2021 Kawhi is damn near just as good as Kevin Durant that year when he should have made the finals. 2021 Kawhi was a monster. And 2020. That peak is like neck and neck.
KD's peak.
Yeah, I don't
at
know
his
how to
peak.
parse which is better between the two, but KD made it to the conference finals. At least.
He did.
Chris Paul, shout out to him. Mad 3-1 leads blown.
It's Darren Williams.
You know how he feels about Darren Williams.
Fact, my
Come
bad.
on.
Not too
We're
much.
we're acting like they didn't get to the same place.
True.
We're
But
acting,
it's different calibers though.
we're acting like Chris Paul's tenure was some crazy success. They also are the definition of underachieving.
Yeah, but it's different weight class of talent.
He's
here.
talking. He's comparing a water gun to a Uzi right now. Both guns. Yeah.
Does Kevin Durant single-handedly win this? And the fact that Michael Porter Jr. has done something and Garland's done nothing.
Yes. It's the Nets.
I think it's the Nets.
I think the CP3 gap is bigger than the KD gap, but I can understand going Michael Porter Jr. for some fucking reason.
Michael Porter.
Y'all are crazy. It's the Clippers.
It is the
I don't-
Clippers.
Yeah, you're right.
It is the
I ain't
Clippers.
tripping.
All right. Next up, we have the Houston Rockets versus the 76ers. They do have a connection here. Both teams had Moses Malone. So I have Moses Malone on both sides. On the Rocket side, that goes from Moses Malone to Hakeem Olajuwon to T-Mac to James Harden.
Damn.
On the 76ers, it goes from Moses Malone to Allen Iverson to Joel Embiid to Tyrese Maxey.
Hey, man.
I think
This
the
is
Rockets
tough.
get this one.
I love Tyrese Maxey. They got him in a
Levels.
blender versus James Harden.
Levels to this shit.
That's a tough matchup for Tyrese.
Yeah, man. Levels.
But also, is MVP Embiid clears T-Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Fair.
switching those around.
This is damn near tied. I think this is
Okay,
tied.
if you think about it that way, Embiid versus Harden, that's a pretty close battle. Maxey versus McGrady, injuries considered, that's a close battle. Hakeem kind of clears Iverson. I can't tell you which version of Moses Malone is better. I do not know.
We're going.
I think I might lean towards the Rockets.
We have to go with the Rockets I think
because
so.
Olajuwon's like fucking top 10 and then
think
won a ring
Olajuwon-
too and
Better version of Embiid, Harden, better version of Iverson? Potentially?
then
Is that crazy?
I don't think that moves me enough.
And then it's T-Mac versus Maxey?
Well, it should be Rockets. Should be Rockets.
Yeah, I think it's the Rockets.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hands Should be
Pretty
them.
simple.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone agrees.
All right. Next up, the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Memphis Grizzlies. We have Chris Paul again, Anthony Davis, Zion Williamson versus Pau Gasol, Zach Randolph, and John Morant.
Amen.
We could really go Gasol, Morant.
Yeah, you really could.
Let's do that. Gasol, Morant. Zach Randolph has an honorable mention. Does the double Gasol move you?
No.
What?
But it's cool.
It's cool. I get it.
It is cool though. Like
But
we got
no.
Gasol, Dunkman. They win the cool factor by far.
Yo, they really don't have much after Gasol right now. Like, it's just a blip in history.
The Pels don't have much either.
It should have been Mike Conley maybe instead, but even then.
Well, I think talent-wise, the Pelicans clear pretty easily. But in terms of the success that the players garnered for
Success
their team,
cannot be a part of this conversation.
Why?
Don't use that word.
Why not?
Well, there's the grit and grind
I
year.
mean, the Grizzlies, shout out to them, but
Grit and grind.
yeah, you're right.
era.
They did make things interesting.
They got to a
Yeah.
conference finals.
Yeah,
they
they were a
had
team.
an era. They were pushing people to hard series. Like,
AD had that one series where he beat the Trailblazers. It's something.
Yeah.
fantastic.
yeah, but compared to a whole era, the grit and grind era,
Man,
Yeah,
that
the grit and grind era is
iconic.
definitely better. Chris Paul clears Pau Gasol, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then John Morant, Zion Williamson. Take your motherfucking pick.
I'll take Ja.
Great.
Sure.
He's won one playoff series to Zion 0. That'll be the signifier.
I guess so.
Grizzlies,
has
you
to be.
win.
I think I'm taking the Pelicans still. AD and Chris Paul, they're that power that they have as like actual stars in the league. The heights that AD reached again back in 2017, 2018.
Which makes it funnier that there's absolutely no success on this list, despite having better talent. So that makes me want to go with the Grizzlies. A bunch of guys who did absolutely nothing, despite being some of the most talented players of their generation.
Have to do it.
And that includes Zion.
Listen, it's Pelican sacks.
Year 2, year 3 Zion, one of the best players I've seen. Okay, I'm mounted to jack shit.
Can you believe, like, it's so crazy how he's like the healthiest that he's ever been. His game has still been like relatively the same, and your team is one of the 3 worst teams on any given night in the entire league. So
Startling lack of progression.
ridiculous. Bro.
Yeah.
He had a season where he had like a 70% true shooting.
How is he a no impact player?
It truly is insane that he's going out this sad.
Yeah.
I would have rather him just go out always injured.
At this point, have like idea that in your head that like with him alone we could get to 40 wins. Nah, bruh.
Oh, hell no.
40 minutes?
It's
I said 40 wins.
Oh,
Him alone 40 wins, though. That's actually pretty tough. Not a lot of guys can have that signifier.
You can't get your
40?
guys to like 30 though.
With him alone, not a lot of players are walking
I mean,
40
who's
wins.
like? I need to know
for
like
the player
who
Okay,
are
who's the worst player to
Yeah,
walking 40 wins? Devin Booker's not a walking 40 wins. He's like the 50.
prime Devin.
I don't.
I think you get to 35.
What do we mean by
40
walking? Do we mean like average ass team around you, like 2017 Thunder around you?
We have got
That's
to
bad,
stop
actually.
saying that.
That's wait. What do you mean? Because
The
worse than average.
2017 Thunder was like
That-
below
Yeah,
average.
okay,
the
yeah.
team around him was
So
average.
worse than average. That's why I corrected myself. Who's an average team around you? Devin Booker supporting cast this year, but they have a good coach, so that's tough. Let's say if you didn't have Jordan Knott,
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt and just say like your coach is good.
you have Mark Williams, Dylan Brooks, Colin Gillespie, and Royce O'Neal. Can you get to 40 wins?
Giannis would, but he's
Isn't
top-
Devin
you know,
Booker doing that this year?
Yeah, but he's Jordan Knott. So let's say Jordan Knott wasn't there.
No, give them the coach. Give them the
Jordan Knott, I mean, he's him. Like that's like he's an incredible
Yeah,
coach.
we shift this entire conversation.
Yeah, whatever. There's probably like 10 or 11 players that can be walking 40 wins. Adding all these pieces makes it more complicated, but there's
you're
not a
right.
lot of guys that can do that.
Damn,
Like his
I had
Tatum.
those expectations for him though.
Is Tatum a walking 40 wins?
All right.
Yes, come on. Now.
Y'all gonna piss me off now.
Yes, he is.
No,
Here we
he's
go.
not.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson. Nah,
He's a walking 50 wins, man. You know that.
50.
You know that.
Okay. Okay.
Had 50 wins with Hartenstein as his center.
Just
What?
Incredible
An
player.
NBA champion Hartenstein?
Early Hartenstein.
Incredible player.
He was still amazing.
Early Hartenstein.
Diamond in the rough.
What?
Early Hartenstein.
You said
28
that like he
million.
was neurons in the well. What?
$28 million a year player, by the way.
Overpaid, by the way.
No, he's not. Not even close.
Look at you.
He was.
Are we going
gosh.
Memphis or
That's a lot of money.
what we go with the last one? New Orleans or
It really doesn't matter.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter? All right. Next up, we have the Sacramento Kings versus the Atlanta Hawks.
You.
Yep. On the King side, Chris Webber, DeMarcus Cousins, De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray. Zach LaVine. I don't know.
Keegan Murray's nasty.
The Atlanta Hawks. We have Joe Johnson,
Yeah.
Jeff Teague,
Yeah.
Trey Young, Jalen Johnson.
Jeff Teague over Al Horford kills me. but I'll allow it.
That's insane work.
I did it for the meme.
But hey, listen, the Atlanta Hawks, regardless of the fact they have more productive members to society than the Sacramento
members
Kings,
to
bro.
society.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins was on his podcast the other day talking about how he said he gave the nastiest misinformation of all time, bro. He doesn't know anything.
What'd he
He's not
say?
playing anything. He said bro, he said some shit like, "Oh, like I can't believe." I think he compared LaMelo Ball to
Shea.
To Shea.
He said that he doesn't.
That
was him on Shumpert.
That was
Oh my God,
Shumpert.
these players don't be knowing.
He said
anything.
that. He said that. No, Shumpert. He gave him a little too much hate for that. He said they move the same.
That's different. Yeah,
He
you're
said
right.
he said they play the same. What he meant is they move the same, and they do have similar dribble moves. So I know what he was
You're
cooking. He just used the wrong verbiage. What did Boogie say?
Boogie said something disgusting. I don't remember right now because that irrelevant. But please find that for me,
All right, we're slandering the fuck out of Boogie without knowing what he said.
guys. On the other hand,
Baseless slander.
on the other hand,
defamation.
bro, for the Atlanta Hawks, Joe Johnson, ISO Joe, he's getting us so many highlights. He's on a podcast with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Jeff T, talk about the podcast
He's
game.
on a podcast.
Trey Young,
Sharp.
Former
man.
podcaster.
Please.
Jeff Teague.
Please.
Jeff Teague, peak podcaster. 3 podcasters on one side,
do got
0 on
3
the other side. That
podcasters.
gives the Hawks the victory.
Please.
And he ethered Pat Bev.
And he ethered Pat Bev.
I'm so happy he's in jail right now, man. He's gonna be so wicked.
He keeps saying he's not in jail. He's just in Israel playing basketball.
Wait, is he still there?
I think so. Because
No, I thought he got cut, didn't he?
oh no, did he get cut because of this?
I'm not sure, but I thought he got cut.
Oh no, you're right. No, I forgot. He's playing in Greece now. I think.
Dude, he's still playing.
He's somewhere.
basketball.
Yeah, I think he's playing in Greece now.
He's somewhere getting bricks up.
He got cut by Tel Aviv, and he's playing in Greece now.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I remember I saw a comment where someone's like, "No, he's not in jail. He's over here playing for this Greek team, and we don't care about criminals, so we allow him to play." He's like, "They've never cared about character issues."
That's nasty.
Damn.
Yeah, 3 podcasters to 0. All I'm sensing is a Hawks sweep.
That's what I'm sensing too.
Yeah, we're going with the Hawks.
Al Horford is
All right.
hilarious.
Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Denver Nuggets. On Milwaukee side, we have Kareem.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Pause. I found the tweet.
Okay.
So DeMarcus Cousins went on that podcast or that show or whatever, and he said, I quote, "That Mike Conley move for LaMelo Ball, I think that's probably the most impressive move of the deadline." What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Mike Conley for LaMelo Ball.
That's what he said.
What did he mean to say?
I don't know.
I mean, neither.
He's out of the fucking loop completely.
There had to be a mistake where he's thinking of something else, but I don't know what he's thinking of. It was like,
He thinks that like LaMelo Ball's on the T-Wolves. That's what he's thinking right now.
wait, what is he?
There's no way to spin this.
Okay, so Ayo Dosunmu was on there.
We're getting this boogie hit off. Like,
What is he thinking?
Okay, no, he meant Ayo Dosunmu for Mike Conley. That's what he meant because Ayo Dosunmu and Mike Conley got traded for each other. Kinda roundabout way.
Where does LaMelo fit?
I don't know, but he clearly meant to say
can I
Ayo
see the
Dosunmu.
tweet? Can I just read it from my?
Yeah, he meant Ayo.
We can't try to rationalize
But no, that's a
the
simple.
stupidity from his mind right now.
No, he meant Ayo. It's a simple rationalization.
He did not mean Io.
Yes, he did. He got traded for Mike Conley.
You're not gonna defend DeMarcus Cousins, man. Not right now. Like, Donovan, can you
Why
like
are you
grasp what
talking
he's
like
trying to
he's
say?
nasty, man?
Yeah,
He said he's not a contributing member to society too.
He's going way too
He's
hard.
just not doing much
He's
right
going
now.
way too hard for a mental gaff.
What is he doing?
I mean, obviously he's just talking, but like this is. I don't think it's
Go
enough.
show for show right now.
I
Bucks got a better
I don't
presence.
think it's enough to say that he's not a competent member
All
of
right,
society.
that was a drag. I got to do whatever it takes to defend these Hawks.
You're
You know
so
what I mean, man?
enraged by this. He meant to say Ayo.
I got to defend my Hawks by any means possible.
That is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, he might have just been
What did he say?
slightly
Fuck Boogie
misinformed.
for?
LaMelo for Conley? What are we doing? Whatever.
You better not make one mistake for the rest of the
I just want y'all to know he saw this. Listen, saw
You
DeMarcus
can't
Cousins
make
not a
one
contributing
mistake.
member to society.
No word from
On the other
Bulls.
side, we got podcasters.
Who provide value. Yes.
I need to memorize box scores down to every single stat line.
You reacted so extremely.
Bro, it's the
can't
NBA
say
trade
nothing like
deadline. It's the trade deadline. You can't be just talking to talk like that.
What's the next one?
You need to be Rain Man for the next 5 months.
My stomach hurts.
Mo, that
He
was
shot,
crazy.
It's like we see
he
people
shot 3
fuck
for
up.
7 last night.
It's like we see people fuck
True
up
shooting
all the
percent,
time.
62.5%.
Dude, we just saw Reggie Miller say that Derrick Rose had an 8-year like prime where he's going band for band with LeBron or something like that. That's stuff like that's like, okay, like, you know, no.
That's
You
worse
missed
to
a
me.
few years.
You
That's way
said
worse.
Kobe was top 15 to 20 10 minutes ago.
I did not say that. I said that was a consensus. Time out. I said that was a potential
You put Kobe top
consensus.
20 10 minutes ago.
I did not say that.
First of all, that's not even the consensus.
A bear. I said at worst case
Consensus
scenario.
is like 8 or 9, I think.
Worst
Playing it
case
safe is 10 to
scenario.
15. You said 15 to 20 games.
Listen,
Come
man.
on.
It's crazy.
People hate on Kobe. That's not me.
People don't hate on Kobe that much. That just
People
doesn't
do.
happen.
That is
It just doesn't
insane,
happen.
dog.
My algorithm is just on the wrong side of things.
Facts, you're in a crazy ecosystem. All right, who's next on
All
this
right,
list?
I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
it's the
God.
last one. All right,
Please let it be.
we have the Bucks versus the Nuggets. Kareem to Ray Allen to Brandon Jennings, another podcaster, to Giannis. On the Nuggets side, we have Alex English, Carmelo Anthony, Ty Lawson, Nikola Jokic.
Man, the bookends of the Bucks are really doing a lot. Obviously, for obvious reasons, the Bucks are gonna win this for me.
Ty Lawson and Brandon Jennings. Let's talk about it, man.
Ty Lawson is better, or had a better career.
Either way, all these Hall of Famers, and then we have the bro thinks he's on the team. Crazy arrows in between. Quite a departure.
Bro thinks he's on the team. It's crazy.
Bro
I mean,
thinks
he
he's on the
was.
team of Bucks greats.
I was close to putting Kenneth Farid on there, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, I was trying to be. That was me
I did
year.
love Prime Ty Lawson. I used to love
good.
playing a 2K with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
really
like
good.
He was
productive.
It was really solid.
He was fire.
Jump
One of the
shot was
coolest-
cash.
One of the coolest one-time All-Stars. Oh, facts, his base on like
Yeah.
2K17.
Yeah,
that shit was cash.
yeah. Bro.
One of the coolest one-time All-Stars.
Did Brandon Jennings ever make All Star?
No.
No.
Hell no. He had his best year of his rookie year. No, he didn't make the All Star.
It was also cold in 2K
He's
though.
so violent today.
I'm being honest. He didn't. He wasn't even close. I remember it, man. So come on, man.
He wasn't even close.
It's not even bad. I'm not
Yo, Donovan,
hating.
he said, hell no.
Exactly. He's not even close.
Fuck, no, you crazy? The fuck?
Just for you to ask that question was just like, come on, man.
I mean, he wasn't even close.
No,
to, be
he-
fair. To be fair, he was not even close.
Like I've never heard anyone be like, "Oh, you make an All Star." No, what?
He's right. It was just funny.
No, I mean Brandon Jennings. I'm looking at it right now. Had a year where he averaged like 19. Had a year where he averaged 17. Like he was a solid guy. Where it's like if he sneaks into an All Star game, he's a one-time All Star kind of caliber as well. Like
Nah, man. Nah.
I get he's not terrible or anything. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just didn't think it was as like hell nah.
Dude,
Like he's
no.
I was going to say like he's blank, but that means I'm throwing somebody else under the bus.
Yeah.
Treat him like he's a man of Woudier.
All right, and I think that's it. That is it.
So he didn't throw Moody under the bus.
Next thing we're going to do, we're going to play a game where me, Donovan, and Mo are going to say NBA players until B-Souls can guess the category of players. So I'm going to text you all a player right now. And we're going to rattle off players that fit the description. And B-Souls, you got to lock in, tell us your thought process by every name, and try to guess what they all have in common.
I'm guessing the category, right?
Yes, the category.
Okay.
What they all have in common.
Okay.
Yeah, and there will be one like adjective defining bucket they're all in.
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha. All right, I'm locked. I'm locked,
Okay.
chat.
So you guys see the specific verbiage I used.
Okay.
The second to last word. First player, Steph Curry.
Okay. Devin Booker.
Shooting. I'm sensing some shooting on the board.
LeBron.
Okay, maybe not shooting.
Maybe something else.
Nike. Okay.
I don't know if this counts, given there's some specific here. I don't know if it counts, but Jason Tatum
Counts.
counts. Okay,
Counts.
Jason Tatum
Counts.
counts.
Lock
Super
in.
counts actually.
Yes.
Said Devin Booker earlier. Blake Griffin.
Counts.
Yes. Bam Adebayo.
Counts.
Okay, that threw me off. I was thinking light skins and then LeBron and then Bam. Nah.
Okay, here's one that might help you. This is a good lob. Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom. That was not a good lob. What
That is
the heck
true.
was that?
Trust me, it's a good lob.
No, that's very solid.
It might have been a poor pass accuracy lob, but it's a lob.
That's very solid.
Okay, let me double check in this information.
Lamar
right now.
Odom.
You can skip him.
I got
That
one.
threw me off.
While he waits, Dwayne Wade.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Dwayne Wade.
Kyle Kuzma.
That's
Yes.
a good one. Probably tough for most people to be helped with, but that's a good one.
Are they from LA?
He'll
No.
understand though.
No,
Mm.
there might be an LA tie as part of this, but they're not from LA.
LA tie.
Maybe don't ever think that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Okay.
Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clark.
I don't even know about that. Okay.
Yeah, he is a
Okay.
It's not super. Yeah, he counts.
He has that's a hint.
This wasn't.
That wasn't hit.
Who
Don't think.
else?
Damn
Never mind.
Well, it might have been. I don't know, but don't think about that.
Devin Booker. Shit.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, don't think about
It's
Kobe.
different, but
Don't think about Kobe. That's gonna fuck you up. There's a couple of them we're gonna fuck him up with.
it's okay.
Don't think about Kobe. Don't think about LeBron. That's gonna fuck you up.
Okay.
And LeBron actually shouldn't have counted. I see what we're getting at.
No, LeBron.
Yeah,
I think
but-
LeBron. I think right now LeBron counts more than Kobe.
Yeah, well, Kobe certainly doesn't count because they count, but for whatever.
Obviously,
Maybe I shouldn't have said Curry either.
Bro, I'm
No,
cooked.
no, but like that's
Yeah,
legit.
it is. But it's hard. The sequence of events is what makes it complicated. Okay, Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Playoff chokers? Nah, y'all
Carl
said Curry.
Anthony Towns.
Yes,
Ben Simmons.
Very fair.
Karl Anthony Towns. Come on.
I'm gonna throw you a big bone here. Chris Humphries.
They dated Kardashians?
Close. Yes.
Jenners?
Scottie Pippen.
They have celebrity wives?
Yes, there it is. They dated a famous girlfriend or wife.
LeBron definitely doesn't count.
Yeah.
What?
It's tough because he made her famous, but she's famous now.
He
said it.
She's famous.
But like he should have said LeBron. I said Aisha Curry as like the stretch.
Hey, Aisha Curry.
Savannah
Same
James
thing.
doesn't count.
She was on a Hannah
conversation.
Montana episode.
Exactly, that's why I said
counted.
Aisha Curry was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known that, but
She's on TV all the time.
I didn't.
Aisha barely crosses. It's hard whenever they're famous because they're dating the famous player and then become famous after that. That maybe I shouldn't have even started that trend.
Okay, Lamar Odom does make sense now.
Yeah, you see?
Damn makes sense. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
see
Jordan
what
Clarkson also dated Kendall for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do another round. And this time let's do it with who wants to do it? Donovan or Mo? Who should we put on the spot? Let's put Mo on the
Go
spot.
ahead, let's do it.
Okay, let me text you guys another category. Let's
Let
do
me flip my devices.
okay. Don't worry, you're not gonna get the text. Okay. B Souls, Donovan, I sent you guys a text with the category.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a little hard.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'll be all right.
First player, Allen Iverson.
That's
AI.
the first name I was thinking about.
Okay, swag or
Me too.
influential
I'm so
tattoos,
mad.
braids.
Um,
I'm getting somewhere.
Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Okay.
Jason Tatum.
Fair. Let me fuck him up right quick. Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson, AI, Tatum. What does Zion have in common with these guys?
Not a damn thing in reality.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Okay. I'm starting to see a pattern, I think. Maybe.
Okay. Derrick Rose.
Ben
Okay.
Wallace.
Fuck. Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace is a tough one.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, yeah.
Shaq.
Noticeable hairstyles is what I'm saying. I was almost thinking like mad athletic players.
Luka Doncic.
Okay, now I'm lost.
Yeah, no,
What is this
this
white
is
boy doing in my head right
not
now?
mad athletic players. I'll give you that one.
KD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chris Paul.
Whoa.
That's a good pull.
Chris Paul. Whoa.
Okay. Michael Jordan.
All these guys are iconic as hell in their own right.
I did say Zion Williamson. Don't forget that one.
Steph Curry.
Okay.
You got nothing so far?
Steph Curry. What the hell? Blake Griffin.
You're in a blender.
Then there's fucking Luca. Why is Luca, Zion in the same conversation as Jordan right now?
Can't tell you.
This is gonna cook you, or it may not. Angel Reese.
Yo, what a her.
Yeah.
Why is she in this conversation right now?
Let me tell you another hint. I said Michael Jordan last time, right?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
You're going to hell.
No, I'm not. I just helped you a lot. Whether or not you can pick up what I'm putting down is another question.
There's a guy who
My next one would be Carmelo Anthony.
Oh yeah,
Carmelo
yeah. I forgot he counts.
Zion.
Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Shea. Oh, wait. Is this guy traded on draft night?
No, Angel Reese was said.
I'm not thinking about Angel Reese right now.
Michael Jordan was said twice.
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
It's great dunkers.
Damian
48.
Lillard.
Dennis Schroeder.
All right.
I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Dennis Schroeder.
I'm not joking.
I'm in the button. Dennis Schroeder and Angel Reese is not fair.
Okay.
You're making my life
I
so
said
much
Michael Jordan
worse.
twice. First time I said was Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, Allen Iverson, Allen Iverson, Allen Iverson.
Nice.
Angel Wilson.
That doesn't give you anything?
Danilo Gallinari.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yo.
Well,
Is there an international thing we're talking about here?
word.
I didn't know that. Are you giving up?
I give up. What are we talking? You mentioned Angel Reese. I'm not saying
This
anything.
is players on the cover of 2K.
They have international covers.
I didn't even know that.
Dennis Schroeder was on 2K17.
I'm not going to lie. What the hell was Zion doing on the 2K cover?
He was the next
He was
gen
the
2K19.
cover.
He was a cover.
2K19.
Game was trash. I don't even remember it. That's why.
That was a terrible 2K.
Fuck,
That was a 2K.
man.
That was a terrible one.
19?
Everybody has 6'8" demons that dunked on everything. This
I
part was a
don't
terrible
remember
2K.
Zion on a 2K cover, bro. That's tough.
I think it was Zion and Dame in the same year.
I remember the Dame. one.
Because that was when they had old gen and new gen, PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
New gen had Zion, old gen had Damian Lillard.
Oh, Zion was on 21. I'm tripping.
Zion was 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Zion-
right. It's 21 we're talking
Zion
about.
and
Like I'm
Dame.
over
Yeah,
here
we're
thinking
talking
about
about
one of the
19 was
biggest things
Giannis.
that Zion has
Yes,
achieved in
19 was
his career.
Giannis. Yeah.
And we're talking about 2K covers, bro. Nice
Tough.
achievement. I was in hell. That was tough.
That was tough. And that's the end of this episode. If you're still here, what should people comment? Bezos, what should people comment?
Angel Reese.
Comment what you think about Angel Reese in all facets of life. And we'll see y'all next week.
Or don't do that.
And we'll see y'all on Thursday.
We are
actually.
good.